And let's take you out to the field right now as we're going through the pregame invocation. We also have the national anthem and much more. So let's take it up top.
Every coach, every ref, and we especially pray for our enemies tonight because they're going to need all that help they can get. Thank you, Lord God, for this wonderful family atmosphere. We pray for every soul in the stands, and thank you for your unceasing goodness towards us. It's in Christ's name I pray. Give me a big woo! You agree with that?
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as we take honor of America with the national anthem.
Right, so as we look at this game tonight, we touched on how everything went right for Charlotte against Alabama. You know, the defense scoring 30 points. Eric Amaya himself, the kicker, had 16 points in that game. So a lot of things worked well, but the time off. I mean, the last time this team took the field in a game, it was May the 13th. It's June 4th. Long way off. How can that impact the football team?
Well, the positive for this Charlotte Thunder football team is they've dealt with it before. Because the game before that, they played April 23rd, didn't play again until May 13th. So they've dealt with this long layoff before. Again, the conversation before last game, you and I talked about it, was how sharp do they look early? Well, first two offensive plays were touchdown passes from Jalen McClendon. So that told us that their timing was where it needed to be, and they were there in terms of their execution, they were where they needed to be. The question is, can they do that again? If they can get off to a good start again tonight, both offensively and defensively, and you talked about the special teams, look out, this Thunder team could put up big numbers again tonight.
And we look, talk about you touched on the time off and the like. This has been obviously a much different season for the Thunder. Last year when they were in the American Arena League, there were things that worked well in terms of the schedule. It was game. This is just a kind of a spread out schedule that they've had to go through. And now, after all this time off, after tonight, they'll play again on June the 12th against the Carolina Predators. That game was originally scheduled for May the 28th, but was rescheduled because the primary tenants of Bojangles Coliseum, the Charlotte Checkers, had a playoff game that night, so the Thunder had to reschedule. Then after that, they're going to have to play again on June the 17th. So they're going to play 3 games in 13 days.
Yeah. So this is, and that's why tonight is so important in terms of their execution and being sharp right away, because they've got a short window to clean things up. So it needs to be tightened up tonight so that they can go into these next couple of games on the right path with everything intact and get past some of these injuries as well.
injuries that you touched on, that was a perfect segue into where we're at now. Carlo Thomas not playing tonight.
Right.
You also have Marley Conley out with a hand. And you're also missing Daniel Bender. Bender's on a family excuse.
Yep.
Family reason.
Family reason.
No, I don't want to say excuse, but the reason that he's not here is family.
And then add to that, Artie Holmes is back tonight. He's coming off an ankle injury.
Yeah.
So you've got guys that are nicked up, beat up, banged up, but hopefully you can get everybody back intact because you're getting ready to go through a tough stretch of games. As we talked about, 13 days, 3 games in 13 days. That's a lot of wear and tear on a football body. I don't care if the field is 100 yards long or 50 yards long.
Yeah. Last time out, 108-12. The Thunder beat the Alabama Empire. Jalen McClendon with 3 touchdown passes. All of them went to Daniel Bender. Jamal Tillman had 3 rushing touchdowns. Trey Lancaster ran back 2 kickoffs for touchdowns. The Thunder defense, we touched on it, they scored 30 points with 3 fumble recoveries, an interception, pick 6, and 3 safeties. And Eric Amaya, a weapon as a kicker. He had 16 points alone, 9 extra points, and 7 unos, or rouges, as they're called in arena. So everything was perfect, just about. There were things that we picked on during the broadcast.
Yeah, the only thing that didn't go well for this football team in that particular game was the onside kick after they scored their first touchdown.
Yeah, and then the other negative was the amazing catch towards the end of regulation.
That was ridiculous.
That made it a 12-point total for the visitors. All right, Thunder wearing the white, the Warriors from Maryland wearing the black. Amaya set to kick things off here inside Bojangles Coliseum.
Can you rouge it to start the game, Mike?
That's a good question. We're about to find out because that is end over end. Oh, it does not go through the uprights. So Maryland will trot their offense out, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. We've not seen that, by the way, so yes. I legitimately did not have an answer for
I don't know
that.
What that rule is. Sorry to put you on the spot there, big fella.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea. And we won't know that now.
I guess I'm supposed to know that, right? Am I supposed to know that as the analyst?
I thought you were the rule book guy. All right, Thunder defense getting ready to go to work. The Maryland offense trying to do likewise. The red helmet belongs to Jacob DePaz, number 52. He'll be your center, or he'll be one of the offensive linemen, I should say.
DePaz, a pleasant young man we talked to before the game.
Yeah, DePaz wearing number 52. He is your center. Your quarterback, Ty Woodard, number 13. Receiver split to the near side is Cameron White. The motion man, Andre Williams. And we've got an offside play on the first play from scrimmage.
Yeah, one of the things with arena football is timing. And it starts with the snap. Because you can have that forward motion from either of your receivers. As you see there, false start. And with that forward motion, you've got to snap the ball at the right time so as to not allow that player to either cross the line of scrimmage or be too far back to where his momentum doesn't help.
Well, and the other part of it, too, is the officials have told us in the past, they're going to
take deep shots on the Charlotte Thunder. And try to see can't they use that to be able to run the football and make some plays underneath.
Reuben Walker, Jeremiah Kane, Josh Mills, the defensive line for the Thunder, bringing some pressure on Woodard. The ball is taken away. Now it's still on the ground and loose, and the Thunder fall on it at the 11-yard line. A takeaway from that defensive front as they got pressure on Woodard and forced the turnover. And coming out of there with the football was number 10, Tony Reed.
Tony Reed doing a great job. The ball was on the ground for a while. Tony Reed coming up from the secondary to follow the football when other guys were trying to grab it, pick it up, and run with it. But on the flip side of that, Mike, to start the play, I just mentioned it. Teams hadn't been able to hold up in terms of their pass protection against this Thunder defense to take deep shots. What do we see on the second play? Quarterback forced to move around in the pocket, and it turns into a turnover. Advantage Charlotte Thunder.
Well, the Thunder will get the ball 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line of Maryland. We got a stoppage on the field. The officials have stopped the clock as the bench door for Maryland is open. So they've got to clean that up and put the padding back in place. Head coach Julian Robinson with the Maryland Warriors shouting out the signals and coaching to his players and lamenting the turnover. And he's telling somebody that somebody on his bench owes him.
He's talking to Dwayne Marshall. He's telling him he owes him because he dropped that. Coach feels like he dropped that long pass, and it should have been a touchdown.
So Jalen McClendon out of the shotgun, the stack of receivers to the left. The handoff is to Jamal Tillman to the right side, tripped up at the 10. He'll fall across the 10 to the 9, so give him 2 yards. It'll be a 2nd down and 8.
I had a chance to talk to head coach Irvin Bryson before the game. We're going to see a lot more of that. We're going to see them. They're going to try to do a lot to establish the run in this game. They're going to try to show that they can run the football. That's something that we saw a lot of last season. Haven't seen as much of it this season. There's going to be a concerted effort tonight to tighten that running game up and make sure it's productive.
Well, last year that running game was led by David Ham, who was everything for this football team.
Unbelievable player.
2nd and 8 for the Thunder. The give is to Tillman up the middle. He's got the 5, got the goal line and a touchdown. Jamal Tillman, a 9-yard touchdown scamper, and the Thunder are on the board at 6-0 with 12:17 to play in the opening quarter.
And simply the same thing, right? Just a little bit of a read play. Allow McClendon to read it. He gives to Tillman. I think that was a called give. Tillman just using his eyes in that zone blocking scheme. Works his way to the outside, sees the cutback lane back to the middle, hits it real hard, touchdown. That's how you execute in the running game, and we talked about it before. It is hard to run the football in arena football. If you can do it successfully, you change the dimensions of the game.
Amaya is on for the extra point. Tillman is the up man. The Thunder have gone with the direct snap and the 2-point play several times in the past. This time it will go back to Casey Otto, gets the snap down, and a line drive missile is no good as Amaya pulled that one wide left. So it's 6-0 Charlotte Thunder with 11:29 to play in the opening quarter.
Okay, so Amaya has missed an extra point, and you know me, I'm not picking on Amaya here, but this is the prime situation where he goes, all right, coach, my bad, missed the extra point. Let me get that back and let me give you a rouge, or an uno, as he likes to call it.
They were Amaya was on the field by himself long after the warm-up period had ended tonight, working on kicking the uno, kicking the rouge, the kickoff play, and he was going from our right to left, the opposite direction that they're going now, and was missing to the left. But he was missing kicks. He was missing then left. So, and you know, as a kicker, kickers are like golfers.
Yes.
They're all about the swing, how they're impacting the ball.
Yes.
You know, all those things. And of course, he would know better how it's coming off of his foot than anybody else. So it's a very intricate process that the kicker will go through, and he's trying to get it sorted out. And it looks like he has sorted it out. Just wide left again. Just missing it on that far goal post, and it's a touchback. So Maryland will start again 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And I don't want to make too big of a deal out of him making unos or not unos.
It's exciting.
I got here really early tonight, and he was already out kicking well before. We're talking 2 hours plus in advance of kickoff, and he was out here kicking. And you mentioned he was the last one out here kicking. So right now, he might need to sit for a few minutes and let his leg recover because clearly he's been working on it a lot today.
Well, you know, but sometimes...
But he's a perfectionist. He wants to get it right.
But here's the thing. Comparing kickers to golfers, sometimes you just got to get out of your own head.
That's right.
You got to stop thinking long enough without falling asleep.
Well, that's fair.
To just, you know, get your brain out of the way and it all come through. I mean, look, we're still at 11:23 in the first quarter. There's still 3 full quarters to go. We're going to see more of Eric Amaya. I have a feeling he'll get it figured out.
I agree.
Before we get out of here tonight. Maryland taking over 1st and 10 at their own 20. It is 6-0 Charlotte. Opening quarter here inside Bojangles Coliseum. Out of the gun, the give to the big fella, Darryl Cyprian. He is dropped for a loss, swallowed up by a host of white jerseys.
Yeah, T.J. Warren diagnosed that really quickly, number 9 in the middle of this Charlotte Thunder defense. Diagnosed it really quickly, got downhill, split a couple of offensive linemen, and was able to make that play in the backfield. his ability to recognize what's happening in front of him and then his body's reaction to what his brain is telling him is unbelievable for a player in this league.
Woodard again out of the shotgun. The man in motion is Andre Williams. Woodard taking a look, throws it near side, off the fingertips. Tony Reed broke on the football, could not make the interception. Pass intended for number 11, Cameron White. Would bring up a third down for Maryland. The ball spotted at their own 17.
And that's part of what makes this defense really good. And I don't want to take anything away from guys like Fred Williams who have played linebacker alongside TJ Warren in the past. But Tony Reed is his natural position as a defensive back. So he's a little bit quicker than most linebackers. To put him in there at linebacker when they want to go zone and go to that big zone, his ability to get from inside the hash all the way outside and knock a ball away like that, that explains and that shows you his range and his speed.
Third down play here for Maryland. Woodard across the middle. Got Cameron White over the middle, and he is gone for the touchdown. A dart thrown by Woodard to Cameron White, and Maryland has responded with a touchdown. It is 6-6.
Yeah, Mike, what they basically did is they ran a little bit of a cross action there with Cameron White. They basically ran a post on the front side or to the right side, a backside square in for Cameron White, and Cameron comes across, and he's all by himself. Two defenders run into each other in the secondary. He's wide open on the cross, catches and gets to the end zone. I like the play design and good execution by Maryland.
Now, Maryland does not list a kicker on their roster, so it looks like they'll be a two-point conversion team for the evening. And that's exactly how they're going to line it up. And their running backs are not small men.
Neither is their quarterback.
And neither is the quarterback, correct. Danny Adamson, number 20, is actually lined up on the line. Darryl Cyprian, 21, in the backfield. Woodard throws it over the middle. That pass is deflected, knocked down, incomplete. So the two-point conversion fails. So we're tied at 6. 8:46 to play here in quarter number 1. And we have reached immediate timeout. So the score, 6-6 inside Bojangles Coliseum. Thunder, Charlotte Thunder taking on the Maryland Warriors. We'll be back with more here. This is Charlotte Thunder football.
Hey Carolina, it's Joe Moss from Joe Moss Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. And I want to personally thank you for your business.
Our huge once-a-year used vehicle blowout sale is happening now. We have over $100 million to lend and finance plans for everyone. We have quality used vehicles starting as low as $5,000. Take advantage of our once-a-year huge used car blowout sale today. Shop us 24/7 at joemossjeep.com.
Better on service, better on cost. We trust Joe Moss.
When you start your day with Rising, I'll not only give you the forecast, I'll help you find the bright spot. We're talking about all the fun here that you can have. Fun stuff you can do with your family. I can't wait to check out her show, The Bright Spot.
We are at Reed Gold Line Painting for Gold.
Awesome. You got to have a little bit of fun and craziness.
Oh, no.
And you try not to drop it.
We've got a lot going on here.
Hanging out in the hot tub.
They like me, so that's really nice. The Bright Spot, every week on Rising. The Bright Spot, The Bright Spot.
If you think you have to miss out when the Charlotte Independence is on the road, you don't know Jack. Watch the Jack's away games, plus select women's games on WCCB 18.5 and streaming live on BayHackleSports.com. Your home for the Charlotte Independence.
In-depth interviews with some of the top names in sports. I've been covering sports in the Carolinas for more than 30 years, and now there's a new place to find them. It's the Delano Little Show, only on BayHackleSports.com.
Hey Carolina, it's Joe Moss from Joe Moss Mazda. And I want to personally thank you for your business.
Our huge once-a-year used vehicle blowout sale is happening now. We have over $100 million to lend and finance plans for everyone. We have quality used vehicles starting as low as $5,000. Take advantage of our once-a-year huge used car blowout sale today. Shop us 24/7 at joemossmazda.com.
Better on service, better on cost. We trust Joe Moss.
Welcome back inside Bojangles Coliseum. We got a 6-6 football game between the Charlotte Thunder and the Maryland Warriors. 8:46 to play in the first quarter. Maryland just tying the game on a 32-yard touchdown strike from Ty Woodard to Cameron White. Maryland will be kicking it off now. Dante Walker, number 4, handling the kicking detail here on the kickoff. Not a bad boot, high end over end. It'll stay in play, fielded just at the goal line. That's Scooby Bryant still on his feet. They're going to rule that he was pushed into the wall. And so the Thunder will take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
That was not quite.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, not quite a Scooby snack.
Well, you know they're behind the boards back there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For when it
on both
happens.
sides.
Yeah.
He's always prepared.
While we have a moment, I'd like to thank Joe Moss Auto, proud sponsor of Charlotte Thunder football, proudly honoring our local essential workers, Joe Moss Mazda, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Head to joemossauto.com for more. 1st and 10 for the Thunder. It's just their second possession of the game. Their first possession began at the 11-yard line. They scored on a 9-yard touchdown run from Jamal Tillman. Jalen McClendon, far sideline, incomplete. A big hit on a receiver, and that was Trey Lancaster, looked like, and a little concerning there because that hit was in the helmet area, yes. But Lancaster up on his own power and back in the huddle, so no worse for wear. 2nd and 10 for the Thunder at their own 10-yard line. It'll be interesting to see how this offense functions without Daniel Bender, who was so big in that Alabama game. Obviously he's a huge part of this offense, or has been through the season. Man in motion is Juwan Houston. McClendon to give to Tillman across the 20, into the 25, still on his feet. Got some help down the field to the 15. Still on his feet to the 10, and he's into the wall and finally brought down. They will spot him at the 7-yard line. Jamal Tillman they're going to put him at the 8-yard line, but Jamal Tillman with a dynamite run, and that is a Neogenics Thunder first down.
The other thing we didn't have a chance to point out before that, Deshaun Goings in there playing this center position, not normally at the center position. I'm sorry, he's on the offensive line. Normally Trey Teasley, the last couple of games, he's been the guy at that center spot. Not in there right now, and this offensive line still able to move the football in the running game.
That's the one thing that I think that has been a pretty nice signature of this Thunder team in the last couple seasons is their line play. Whether it's offensive line or defensive line, the defensive line getting a lot of push, and the offensive line providing plenty of time for the quarterback to find a receiver, open enough room for a running back, either it's David Ham last year or Jamal Tillman this year, to be able to find a crease and make something out of what looks like nothing. And it's not easy to run the football in this game. I mean, it's a 50-yard field, 8-on-8. Everything is shrunk down.
You only have basically 4 gaps, right?
Yeah.
Normally in football, 7, 8 gaps, depending on where tight ends are. But in this league, you've got A gap either side of the center, and the B gap is outside. It is outside the guards on either side. Those are your only 4 gaps, if you will, in this type of running scheme in this league.
Thunder with a 1st and goal at the Maryland 8 after that Neogenics first down. 3 receivers split to the right. Tillman, the running back. And it looks like they're just kind of waiting to get this play set. Lancaster, Daniel Lee, Juwan Houston split out. The give is to Tillman, looking for the corner, gets there, and he is going to be marked short of the goal line. As the line judge rolls in, it looks like he'll be stopped at about the 1, maybe the 2. Tough to see from our angle here. We'll wait for the ball to be placed, and it is at the 2. So it's a 2nd and goal for the Thunder. There's that example again, Reg, of that power run that the Thunder like to put into play. And you saw Juwan Houston kind of wall up between the numbers and the wall to kind of give that outside lane for Tillman to get to.
Yeah, you got to create space, right? You got to create a running lane for your running back and let him what we call run the daylight. Find the space and go to it.
2nd and goal to 2. Direct snap. Tillman takes it right out of the air and in for the touchdown. And a little after touchdown flex. as Tillman gets into the face of Hanif Jones. But for Tillman, a 2-yard touchdown, and the Thunder take a 12-6 lead.
And Dante Walker now also with a little bit to say to Jamal Tillman.
Daniel Lee will handle the snap detail on this extra point. As the Thunder get Amaya out there, that kick is up, and that was inside the left upright. It looked like it was good. The official is just kind of giving us the wide left, but all right. So 12-6 after the extra point fails. Thunder in front with 5:11 to play. We've reached another media timeout. We'll take that timeout with them. Here, this is Charlotte Thunder football.
What's up, Carolina? This is TD. I know a lot of you guys have been wondering what I've been doing in retirement. Well, I am the owner of the Charlotte Thunder Professional Arena Football Team. If you guys have not checked out our games, you missed some high-flying, hard-hitting football. Now I want to introduce you guys to the best quarterback in the entire Arena League, West Mac's very own Jalen McClendon. He has been lighting up the scoreboard. We scored over 108 points our last game.
Thanks, TD, for the introduction. One of the premier quarterbacks coming out of Charlotte and chose to play college ball at NC State University. So now I'm QB1 for your Charlotte Thunder Professional Arena Football Team. Last year I led the team to an undefeated season and 50-plus touchdowns. You don't want to miss this type of action. Go get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com or CharlotteThunder.com.
If you truly love football and you are passionate about it, this is something that you don't want to miss. Make sure you come out, go to CharlotteThunder.com or Ticketmaster.com and purchase your tickets and come see what I've been talking about.
Are you a smart shopper? Well, stick with me and you will be.
Mention WCCB and get 10% off your purchase.
Courtesy lessons, piano, guitar.
Having a membership could save you big.
Get 20% off of your service.
Free museum admission.
20% off.
50% off.
I'm taking you where those deals are. Smart shopper on Rising.
Welcome back inside Bojangles Coliseum. 5 minutes, 11 seconds left to play in the opening quarter. Charlotte Thunder, on the strength of a pair of Jamal Tillman touchdowns, have a 12-6 lead on the Maryland Warriors. Mike Solarte, Reg Walker here with you as we get set for the restart of play, as Eric Amaya will put it up on a tee and get it going. Amaya has missed 2 kickoff rouges and 2 extra points. Very unlike him so far, but again, long way to go. You expect a guy like Amaya to get it figured out before long. And he's missed all 4 of his kicks previously to the left. This one is wide right. And now we've got something behind the play. There's Matt Durian kind of getting into it with Ja'Cory Reeves on special teams. Kick was a touchback. So the Thunder will send their defense out and try to keep Maryland from matching the score, as we have a 12-6 game with 5:05 to play in the opening quarter.
It's a big possession for both teams, right? Maryland, are they proving to themselves that they can consistently score points? And then for Charlotte Thunder, if they can get a stop here, they start to take the confidence away from this Maryland football team.
That's something that this Thunder team has been good at, is kind of taking the will of the opposition early. Man in motion is Dwayne Marshall on the give. It goes to Cyprian. Cyprian to the line of scrimmage. Ball taken away by T.J. Warren, and he is in for the touchdown. T.J. Warren with the thievery. He just ripped the football away from number 21, Darryl Cyprian, at the 20-yard line, and took it in for the touchdown.
Mike, that's just making a play, right? Like, we talk about that all the time in sports, whether it's basketball, football. Sometimes you just need somebody to make an individual play, unscripted, the play that's not called, just go make an individual play and create something for their football team. TJ Warren just did it right there.
I mean, that's more than a spark. I mean, that's the explosion.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
that doesn't ignite the keg of dynamite. That was the keg.
Yes.
So big time turn of events as Maryland, and we just talked about it, Reg. You talked about, can this defense kind of take the will of Maryland? And boy, they sure grabbed a big chunk of it right there. Direct snap to Tillman for the 2-point conversion, and he is in for the score. And so the 2-point conversion, it is now 20-6. Thunder in front of Maryland, but what a play by TJ Warren. Warren able to just rip the football away, and boy, you could tell what was going on because Cyprian's forward momentum had stopped and Warren was 5 yards away from him going the other direction.
Yeah, it's just an unbelievable individual play. And Mike, I don't think I can stress enough the hand-eye coordination to do something like that in a guy like TJ Warren to make that kind of a play. To not only hold up a big running back the way he did, find the football, rip it out, and not fall down, but not lose traction on bringing the player down at the same time, and then get in the end zone. The hand-eye coordination and the overall athleticism of that play is remarkable.
TJ Warren is obviously a very gifted athlete.
Yes.
But he's also an elementary school teacher.
That's what you love about him.
And, you know, so not only is he giving his all on the field, he's giving back to kids.
Got to get his whole class here.
Yeah, it's outstanding stuff. Yeah, they're here and got the signs going and everything. Amaya, the kickoff. This ball will be over the boards for another touchback. And so Maryland will start 1st and 10 at their own 20 once again. So the lightning bolt there from TJ Warren really shooting, hitting the excitement button inside the building.
I see what you did there. The lightning bolt, I'm with you.
It's, I've been doing this for so long, Reg, I don't even notice my own puns anymore.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Although I did, the last game with the Empire Strikes Back.
Yes.
I was waiting all game for that.
You were. That one you had in the chamber. This one was an accident. It just happened.
1st and 10, Maryland Warriors at their own 20. Ty Woodard, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. 2 receivers split to the left. Man in motion is Dwayne Marshall. He comes to the line of scrimmage to give to Cyprian, a fake actually. Woodard now gets it across midfield, and he's blasted as he reaches the 20. Big lick put on him there by Tony Reed, but it is enough for a first down. And Reed getting his fingers back in the right sockets on the glove. That was a big collision, but give credit to Ty Woodard, the quarterback, for picking up the first down.
Yeah, well, Woodard just basically said, all right, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to play a little bully ball. I know I'm big. My momentum's going forward. I'm going to see if you can take all of this, all of me right in your chest. And the answer was a first down for this Maryland Warriors team.
Man in motion with the ball spotted at the Thunder 19, ball on the ground. Woodard now looking for some daylight. He's going nowhere. Going to be swallowed up for the sack. Give credit to number 45, Montarius Hewley, and Josh Mills, number 82, for getting there and putting the pressure on him. So that kind of wipes out a big chunk of that gain, as that original gain for the first down. After Woodard gained 11, he now loses 7.
I tell you what, Mike, Montarius Hewley, he looks the part of a defensive end. Long, physical player, big arms, really long, athletic, and gets off the ball really fast. I think we're going to hear a lot more of his name throughout this season, especially tonight.
Are those really little shoulder pads on him?
Absolutely.
Because he's got those arms. Woodard throwing it over the middle. That's going to be off the fingertips of Marshall, who's looking for a flag, is not going to get it. So it brings up a 3rd down now. And the ball spotted at the Maryland 23. And they have to get to the Charlotte 9 for a first down. So it's 3rd and a bundle.
Watch Hewley here off the edge. Watch a blitz. They like to blitz in these situations. Coach Evans loves to blitz in these 3rd and longs. because it speeds up the quarterback, especially if they play a little bit of zone behind it.
It's about a 3rd and 18. We're under 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. So Ty Woodard out of the gun. Man in motion again is Marshall. Woodard looking to pass, under pressure, throws it over the middle. There's some contact in the end zone, and a flag is going to be thrown. And that's going to be defensive pass interference. It looked like the Thunder defender number, looks like that's 20.
That's Manny Phillips.
That's 220. Yeah, Manny Phillips kind of got twisted around there, and when he finally got his head turned around to locate the receiver was in his hip pocket.
Yeah, and he had already made contact by the time he turned his head. If you do that with your head turned, 90% of the time the officials will keep the flag in their pocket. But if your head is not turned to the football, they presume you're playing the man and not the ball, they're going to throw that flag every time.
So it's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. So Maryland will have the football now at the Thunder 17 with 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Dante Walker in motion. Woodard throws it near side, and it's going to be caught for what looks like a short gain by number 11, Cameron White. Be a 2-yard gain, and White is engaging in some of the conversation with some of the folks in the wall. That may be the last play of the quarter. I don't think that Maryland's going to get another playoff here, and that is what we have. So we are through one quarter here inside Bojangles Coliseum. The Charlotte Thunder, on the strength of a pair of Jamal Tillman touchdowns and a defensive fumble recovery score from T.J. Warren, have a 20-6 lead over the Maryland Warriors. We'll be back with second quarter action. You are watching Charlotte Thunder football. Stay with us.
Hey Carolina, it's Joe Moss from Joe Moss Ford, and I want to personally thank you for your business.
Our huge once-a-year used vehicle blowout sale is happening now. We have over $100 million to lend and finance plans for everyone. We have quality used vehicles starting as low as $5,000. Take advantage of our once-a-year huge used car blowout sale today. Shop us 24/7 at JoeMossFord.com.
Better on service, better on cost. We trust Joe Moss.
Things are popping off. Oh, here we go, baby. Oh,
Medic!
okay. Okay.
It is National Pancake Day.
No pancakes for me. No.
She has a fear of pancakes.
They're scary.
We're gonna kick it into high gear for the weather, right? There's the wind. Yeah.
Go fly a kite. Go howl at the moon.
Once you pop.
Second quarter about to begin here inside Bojangles Coliseum. Charlotte Thunder leading the Maryland Warriors 20-6. Our first play of quarter number 2. Ty Woodard lobbing it up, then it's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Brought in by number 20, Emmanuel Phillips. The guy who drew the pass interference penalty has just atoned for his mistake. Thunder with their second takeaway of the game.
Give credit on the interception there, but that decision by Ty Woodard, you can't just throw the football to the spot. You've got to make sure your receiver has a chance. You throw that ball up to the spot on the deep side of the route, and your receiver's underneath, and the corner is playing over the top. That's a jump ball for the defensive back to win, and that's exactly what happened.
You got to, like you said, you got to throw it to the backside of the route. Not only did he underthrow it,
right?
But he threw it when he underthrew it. It was into double coverage.
Yeah,
there were 2 white jerseys.
Yeah. That to me, you're better off in that situation trying to throw a back shoulder ball than what he did right there.
Or yeah, exactly. If you're not going to complete the pass in play, I mean, we
throw a comeback.
Well, if you can't get it thrown in play, throw it to the kids and the dance team that's getting warmed up for halftime, because they're just beyond the wall over there.
No, you're right.
Thunder take over now, 1st and 10. Ball comes out to the 10-yard line with the interception in the end zone. 3 receivers split to the right for Jalen McClendon. Former NC State and Baylor quarterback, Charlotte native, product of West Mecklenburg High School. Lobbing it down the field. Had a man breaking Lancaster, but a little bit over the top. Could not make the connection. It'll be a 2nd down and 10 for the Thunder.
Okay, Mike. This is where I'm going to tell on myself as a DB, former DB here. Hanif Jones.
By the way, I love these stories.
Yes, Hanif Jones will tell you that was excellent coverage. But what Hanif Jones knows is he grabbed a little bit of Trey Lancaster's jersey when Lancaster crossed his face as he pushed up the field, and he got away with it. That's why Lancaster couldn't accelerate to the football. But if they don't catch it, it's not a penalty.
2nd down and 10 for the Thunder at their own 10-yard line. Man in motion on this play will be Lancaster with Scooby Bryant split to the left. McClendon going far side. Has a man, Daniel Lee. Lee gets away from a defender, but is going to be brought down just shy of, well, they're actually going to spot him at the 22-yard line. That's a pickup of 12, and that's good for another Neogenics first down.
Just a really good route there, understanding the situation, understanding they wanted to move the chains, get me to the sticks, turn around, show me your numbers, I'll put it in your chest, and then you can make a move, get a couple extra yards, we move the chains.
12:50 and counting in quarter number 2. Charlotte Thunder in front 20-6 over the Maryland Warriors. 1st and 10. Jalen McClendon with 5 on the play clock. Now the man in motion on the far side is Lancaster. McClendon lots of time over the middle to a wide open Daniel Lee to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to be brought down at the 5-yard line. A gain of 23, and that is good for yet another Neogenics first down.
Jalen McClendon could have baked a cake in the pocket on that particular play. He had all day, all night back there. That's a great job by this offensive line, including Trey Teasley in there at center right now.
1st and goal for the Thunder. Bunch set to the right. The give is to Jamal Tillman, and he is going to be brought down across the goal line for a touchdown. Tough to spot where the end zone or the goal line is from our vantage point, but for Tillman, that's his 3rd score of the game. A 4-yard run, and the Thunder up 26-6 with 11:40 to go.
That play right there is what you call a tendency breaker. Historically, we've seen, particularly with the Thunder, when they go trips to one side, they usually run the football back the other way because there's an advantage numbers-wise. This time they broke their tendency and ran it into the bunch set, and they got a touchdown. I like that change of pace by this offensive staff. Irvin Bryson, head coach, and his son, Irvin Bryson Jr., assistant offensive coordinator.
Eric Amaya. The extra point up and good. No doubt about that one. And that's a confidence booster for Amaya, who's had a rough night tonight. 27-6, Thunder in front with 11:06 to play in the first half. Good drive there for the Thunder. This was a drive. We usually see them score on the big play, the long gainer.
That's right.
This was 2 Neogenics first downs and then punch it in on a short run. Took a little bit of time off the clock as well. I mean, that's a good, solid arena football drive.
That's exactly right. You hit the nail on the head. And also what it does, Mike, is it lets this Maryland team know, yeah, we can beat you with the big play, but we can hammer you on an orchestrated drive throughout the field as well. And that right there, it just adds to the confidence of this offense for the Charlotte Thunder, and it provides another little bit of a sort of a blow, a body blow, if you will, to this Maryland defense in that, man, we've given up the big play to them, and now we're giving up drives to them.
Eric Amaya ready to kick this one away. Thunder bench less than enthusiastically hitting the boards. Amaya's end over end kick is off the upright and good for Rouge. Welcome to the game, number 7.
It's like in basketball, shooters go shoot, right? And so what does everybody tell them? Don't let them get to the free throw line and see the ball go through the basket, right? With Eric Amaya, don't let him knock through an extra point and get his confidence back. What happens? He knocks in an extra point. Next kick is a Rouge.
That's a 1-point addition to the Thunder. They're up 28-6, and it's a twofold play. If you're just joining us, watching us for the first time, the Rouge or Uno kick is good for a point for the team that kicks it, but the added benefit is the field position. where the receiving team now starts with a 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line. So it really rewards the team with the kick and penalizes the receiving team all in one swoop. So it's a big play. It could be a big momentum booster, a big momentum shifter in a game if it were a little bit closer. Thunder have all the momentum right now, up by 22.
That's it.
Maryland, 1st and 10 at their own 5. Ty Woodard out of the shotgun, looking downfield, throws it down the far sideline. Coming back for the football and catching it is Dwayne Marshall, number 1. Going to catch that ball, and they're going to spot it right about the 19-yard line.
Well, Marshall's coach told him earlier in the game, you owe me one. Remember we saw that conversation in front of us. I think they're even now because he went and got that one with some traffic there as well from the defense. Found a way to come down with that one.
Gain of 26 on the play, so it's a 1st and 10 for Maryland at the Thunder 19. And this Maryland team, they've not played poorly, they just haven't gotten any kind of result off of the efforts they've put forth so far. That was a bit of a reward for them. Deion McDaniel, number 22, lining up in the backfield. Woodard bobbling the snap. Now gets just thrown to the turf. Jeremiah Kane, number 55, getting in on the quarterback, and it's a loss of about a yard. So to bring up a 2nd and about almost 11, less than a yard on the loss.
Mike, I played defense. And part of the reason is because I didn't want to get hit by dudes like that.
I feel much safer actually on this side of the wall.
Yeah,
I got news for you.
I'm with you. I'm glad my days are over. As an athlete, we always say we got 1 play left. Nah, man, I'm good.
2nd down, almost 11, just shy of 11 yards to go. Man in motion, Dante Walker, but the give is to Deion McDaniel, and he kind of scoots his way to the far sideline, and now a bunch of white jerseys swallow him up, push him back. They're going to give him progress to the original line of scrimmage, which would be the 19-yard line.
Yeah, well, his
actually almost a gain of 1.
His teammate Danny Adamson Sr. Danny, help your teammate out when he's swallowed up. Let the play. Don't go push guys off because more guys are coming to take a shot at your guy. So that's one of those you got to be careful.
Actually, the ball is no gain. They put it back to the line of scrimmage. I thought it was to the previous spot, a yard further, but it'll be a 3rd down and almost 11 for the Warriors at the Thunder 19 and a half. It's going to be Dante Walker. Actually, now Cameron White's going to switch over to the left side. Walker splitting out to the right. Walker and Woodard talking things over. Play clock is expired. And now we've got the delay of game call. It was taking Maryland a long time to get things settled with Walker and White
and there's
changing positions on the field.
And there's no play sheet and no headset with the coaching staff. So coming up with what they want to run in certain situations and getting everybody lined up and on the same page, proving there to be a little bit of an issue. And they're just now breaking the huddle with 10 on the play clock right now.
Keeping an eye on that play clock, it is expired once again. I'm not sure that the play clock actually got a full reset, though, after the penalty. Woodard scrambling, near side, connecting to Walker. Walker gets it to the 15. Going to be brought down by a couple of white shirts.
They were trying to rip the ball away there.
Well, that's what this team does.
Yeah. Right. You get one guy, get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, but hold him up, and hopefully somebody can come in and strip the football.
Manuel Phillips and Josh Dawkins in on the stop. Gain to the 14-yard line of the Thunder. So it's about a 6-yard gain, and it's going to be a 4th down play and 5 yards to go for Maryland. Ty Woodard, the quarterback, number 13. 2 receivers split to the left. The man in motion is going to be number 4, Dante Walker. There he goes. Snap to Woodard on this 4th and 5. Over the middle. Caught! And touched down is Dwayne Marshall. And lamenting not getting to the quarterback, number 9, TJ Warren, but it's a Maryland first down. They've got first and goal now at the Thunder 8-yard line. Ty Woodard, Reg, doing a nice job standing in the pocket and waiting for someone to come open, and that was Marshall.
Yeah, just really good poise in the pocket, understanding the situation, didn't bail out on himself or on his receivers, made a good throw, and they pick up the first down, move the chains.
Speaking of moving, the clock continues to run. 5:45 to play in this first half. Charlotte Thunder in front 28-6. And Maryland now threatening. Get a chance perhaps to cut this lead in half. And now we've got a flag, and the play clock once again has expired. So it'll be a delay of game once again on Maryland. The Warriors having trouble with that clock. Now the only play clock in the building is attached to the overhead scoreboard. There isn't anything low in the eyesight, or the line of sight, I should say, for the quarterback.
That was part of my point earlier. The head coach is on the field calling the plays. There's no one on a headset anywhere that's watching the play clock and letting him know that they've got to speed the offense up as well. That's part of that process, is having somebody in the play caller's ear to say, hey, we got to hurry him up.
Play clock once again has expired, but again, I'm not sure they got a full reset. So the 5-yard penalty on the first and goal from the 13. Woodard throwing back across the green, and that was underthrown, intended for Dante Walker. It'll fall incomplete. Manuel Phillips, number 20, in on the coverage. We'll bring up a second and goal, ball at the Thunder 13-yard line.
And Maryland, as you mentioned, they got away with one there, Mike. That play clock was down to 0.
Again, I don't know
if it's going back to, right. It's, on a penalty, should go back to the full reset. I think it went back maybe to 25 instead of 35.
Well, they can't say the play clock now is at 20.
It was reset to 35 on this
correct.
one. I saw that. Yep.
It's at 20. So they did get a full 35 here. So if they're late again, it's going to be on them, and they'll get flagged again.
That's exactly right.
4:05 to go. Woodard sends a man in motion, and they get this one off just before zeros. Woodard near side. That is going to be, looks like it's caught by number 11, Cameron White. And that is a completion, so it'll be placed at the 9, actually at the 10. So gain of 3 brings up a third down and goal from the 10-yard line. There they had a first and goal at the 8, but lost 5 yards on a delay of game, and now head coach Julian Robinson has signaled he wants to talk things over with his football team.
I think this is a good
timeout. It's a very good timeout, actually, because this is a pretty key play for the Warriors. Even though, we should point out, there's still 3:35 left on the game clock, which is a lifetime in arena football.
Yes, it is. It is a lifetime in arena football. But one of the things I noticed right away, Big Hewley coming off that sideline. Seems like they're going to try to draw something up for him to come off the edge, try to use his speed in this third down situation and go make a play on the quarterback.
Well, while we've got a second, let's take a timeout with the action pause with 3:35 to play. 28-6, Charlotte Thunder in front of Maryland. This is Charlotte Thunder football.
Hey Carolina, it's Joe Moss from Joe Moss Ford, and I want to personally thank you for your business.
Our huge once-a-year used vehicle blowout sale is happening now. We have over $100 million to lend and finance plans for everyone. We have quality used vehicles starting as low as $5,000. Take advantage of our once-a-year huge used car blowout sale today. Shop us 24/7 at JoeMossFord.com.
Better on service, better on cost. We trust Joe Moss.
Hey,
In-depth interviews with some of the top names in sports. I've been covering sports in the Carolinas for more than 30 years, and now there's a new place to find them. It's the Delano Little Show, only on BayHackleSports.com.
Welcome back inside Bojangles Coliseum. Mike Solarte, Reg Walker here with you. A timeout called by Maryland. We've got a third and goal at the Thunder 10-yard line. 3:35 to play in the first half. 28-6, Thunder is your score. Big play here for the Warriors. dump it off far side. That's going to be caught by Marshall. Gets it to the 5 where he's brought down. So that brings up a 4th and goal now from the 5, but a little slow to get up for the Charlotte Thunder defense. Cam Sullivan, number 18, but he is up and heading back to the huddle. Fourth and goal now at the Thunder 5 for Maryland. 3:10 to play in the opening half. Thunder in front by 22. Big sequence here, though, because a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, we got to have the lead's cut in half.
Yeah. And also, if you're the Thunder, you get this ball back here and you can punch it in, all of a sudden it looks completely different going into the half in terms of momentum and Maryland's confidence.
And in motion again, Dante Walker, and we've got flags, and it looks like that's going to be a procedure penalty. Walker a little overzealous getting to the line, and that is the flag. So it moves the ball back 5 yards, and Maryland will have that 4th and goal play now from the Thunder 10.
I don't know if it's a coaching point for Maryland or if it's something that they just see on film with the Thunder defensive backs. But all of the Maryland receivers, when they're in motion, they hesitate at the line of scrimmage and try to lean or fake one way or the other. Whereas mostly you see in this league, that player just continues to run forward even if there's contact waiting for him. So it's interesting to watch how teams are coached, whether it's because of what they see on film or it's just a coaching point on their own.
Well, Coach Julian Robinson just had a word with the umpire. Here we go on the 4th and goal play. Ty Woodard looking under pressure. Here comes the heat. Thunder get a hit on him. The throw into the end zone is incomplete. And Ty Woodard took a shot and a half into the boards as Jeremiah Kane was one of the defenders in on him. And now we've got
Artie Holmes.
Artie Holmes a little slow to get up. But he's got his helmet off and he's all right. Thunder defense holds. And the offense will take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
That's a big stop right there for this Thunder team in terms of momentum and taking a shot at the confidence of this Maryland team. If Maryland would have been able to punch it in right there, it would have been a much better situation, obviously going into the half, but unable to do that. And that really equals advantage Thunder, obviously already with the lead, but now momentum added to it as well.
Thunder offense back on the field to take over 1st and 10 at their own 10. 2:12 to go in the opening half. Big stop there for the Thunder defense. Now the offense trying to grow that lead from 22. Jalen McClendon looking downfield, loads of time over the middle. He's got Trey Lancaster, and he is to the house. 40-yard touchdown strike. Thunder strike again.
First of all, that was just pretty. But a couple of things were happening there. But when you go sit down over the middle and there's another receiver coming across behind you, there went both of the defensive backs. So all he had to do was turn and run, and there was nobody on that side of the football field. That's excellent throw, excellent patience first by Jalen McClendon. Strong throw, great run after the catch with vision.
Trey Lancaster caught that football, and when he turned his head to figure out which way he was going to go, there was nothing in front of him but turf.
Because Troutman had taken both defensive backs towards the right side of the field.
Everything washed to the opposite side. That's a well-designed play. Eric Amaya to knock through the extra point. That is up, and it is stuck. So it should be good because it stopped moving in between the uprights. Kick is good. We finally got the signal. So Amaya's kick makes it 35-6 Thunder with 1 minute to go in the opening half. And with that, we'll take a quick timeout. This is Charlotte Thunder football.
What's up, Carolina? This is TD. I know a lot of you guys have been wondering what I've been doing in retirement. Well, I am the owner of the Charlotte Thunder Professional Arena Football Team. If you guys have not checked out our games, you missed some high-flying, hard-hitting football. Now I want to introduce you guys to the best quarterback in the entire Arena League, West Mac's very own Jalen McClendon. He has been lighting up the scoreboard. We scored over 108 points our last game.
Thanks, TD, for the introduction. One of the premier quarterbacks coming out of Charlotte and chose to play college ball at NC State University. So now I'm QB1 for your Charlotte Thunder, Professor Arena football team. Last year I led the team to an undefeated season and 50-plus touchdowns. You don't want to miss this type of action. Go get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com or CharlotteThunder.com.
If you truly love football and you are passionate about it, this is something that you don't want to miss. Make sure you come out, go to CharlotteThunder.com or Ticketmaster.com and purchase your tickets and come see what I've been talking about.
Back inside Bojangles Coliseum, Mike Solarte, Reg Walker with you. Charlotte Thunder in command, 35-6. Off the upright and no good on the kickoff after the touchdown. Another touchback. So Maryland will start 1st and 10 at their own 20. Thunder in front, 35-6 in the ball game.
Yeah, and that's one of those, Mike, where if you're Eric Amaya and you're the Thunder team, you almost wonder if you want that one returned to keep them inside the 20 because they've only got a minute, so you want to make them have to go further. But when you've got a threat like Eric Amaya, you go, man, take a shot at the ruse because you're probably going to get it.
Yeah, that's the thing. But that's the
risk-reward.
Risk-reward play, exactly. Maryland will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20. 1 minute to play in the opening half. Thunder in front 35-6. And while we have a moment, I'd like to thank Thomas Davis Defending Dreams Foundation, proud sponsor of Thunder football. Educate, empower, defend. Go to defendingdreams.org for more information.
I'll tell you, Mike, right now, this Maryland team, 1 minute to go here, and they haven't done much in the passing game. They've made some plays. But they have basically abandoned the run ever since T.J. Warren just flat out took the football away. So they seemingly are a one-dimensional football team right now, which plays right into the Thunder's hands because that pass rush can go get after the quarterback.
Number 26, Anthony Stoltz checking into the game for Maryland. That offensive line for the Warriors, Jacob DePaz, number 52. Jay Cito, number 71. And it looks like it's going to be Stoltz maybe playing a guard spot. He's a versatile guy playing linebacker and line.
Yeah.
And he's not very big, but obviously he's got a big motor. He's a guy that's going to get after you in the trenches.
There's a couple of things going on. Number 20, Danny Adamson, who had kind of been playing an offensive line spot, is on the sideline, and then it seems like they're looking at number 54, Tyler Da Silva, as well. So he's over there on the sideline also.
Man in motion there is Walker. Down the field is going to be thrown incomplete as Woodard was looking for Dwayne Marshall on the first down play. So it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10 from their own 20-yard line for the Maryland Warriors. 56.7 seconds left in this opening half.
And this is where I think Maryland's got to be a little bit more patient. I realize it's under a minute, but you can throw the ball underneath and get some run after catch. Even if you want to try to run some kind of a rub or pick type situation, you can do that as well. But you don't have to throw the ball into the end zone on every single play here on this possession until you get to 3rd and 4th down, obviously.
Cyprian is in the backfield. Walker is the man in motion. Snap to the gun is Woodard. And he's flushed. Kane's got him wrapped up. Brings him down for the sack. They're going to put, and Thunder are trying to call a timeout. They're not getting it yet. Now they do with 49.3 seconds to play. So the Thunder get the sack from Kane for a loss of 7. So they'll bring up a 3rd down and a bundle, 17, for the Warriors as they've got 49.3 seconds to play. The timeout after the sack, obviously the Thunder want the ball back.
Yeah, the timeout after the sack, and we're talking about Kane getting the sack, but the play was made by Chris Thompson. They ran the motion route with Dante Walker.
Yep.
Walker's coming in motion, and he is walled up immediately by Chris Thompson. That's where they wanted to go with the football. They wanted him to work in the middle and maybe get up the seam and throw that ball deep. Thompson jammed him and held him up, blew up the timing of the play. Pass rush gets around the corner. There's your sack. That's why the word team defense is so important, because the discussion is going to be about Kane getting the sack, but the play was made. That's why coaches tell you, I don't care if you make the tackle. I need you to make the play.
3rd and 17. Woodard out of the gun, throwing it down the field. There's a lot of coverage. Almost brought in by Dante Walker. Just fell off his fingertips. Falls incomplete. Number 5, Chris Thompson. Number 20, Emmanuel Phillips there in coverage. The other receiver downfield, Andre Williams, number 24. But ball is on the turf, incomplete, so it's 4th and 17. 43 seconds to play. Incompletion, huge for the Thunder. If they can get off the field, get the ball back to their offense,
absolutely,
plenty of time to work with.
And remember, here's the key to this, right? You don't punt in this league.
Right.
And so the interesting thing about it is all they need is an incomplete pass, and they're inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah.
So this is a very good potential situation for the Thunder offensively if their defense can hold up on this snap.
Yeah, even if they hold them up short of their own 20-yard line, they still have less than, just about half the field to go. Obviously, ideally, you'd want to start at the 13, but we'll see what transpires here on this 4th down play. Walker in motion. Low snap to Woodard. Steps up under pressure. Kane's got him ramped up. Oh, and he pitches forward to Cito. Cito does bring it in. It's short of the first down. Cito is the eligible lineman who can catch the football.
Yes.
So it's not a penalty, but it's problematic for the Warriors because it's a turnover on downs.
Well, and the interesting thing is he could have pitched that forward to nobody, and it would have been at the same spot. They got nothing out of that play, except for the quarterback took a little bit more punishment. They tried to go trips to the right-hand side. A great job by the Charlotte Thunder secondary, walling it up, making sure nothing slipped out backside, and they create the turnover on downs.
So the Thunder defense does a wonderful job. Not only do they get the ball back in the Maryland half of the field, but they do so with 35 seconds left in the first half, and gives the opportunity of the offense once again to put more points on the board. They're going to start this drive at the Maryland 12-yard line. So they do not have a long way to go, and they got plenty of time to get there.
And that's key, right? You think about it, they were only able to eat up 25 seconds off the clock, and they ran 4 plays.
Jalen McClendon sending his man Daniel Lee in motion. Fires it wide open in the end zone for the touchdown. The quick strike to Daniel Lee, and the Thunder take advantage. That is what you call complementary football. Defense gives the ball to the offense capitalizes.
And then a perfect route, right? A perfect route there by Daniel Lee. He comes in motion as he crosses the line of scrimmage. He bends it to the post like he's going inside and then turns right back outside. A little post corner action, wide open, and then guess what he's doing on the next snap? He's snapping the ball for the extra point.
Eric Amaya on to try to make it 42-6 with 30.2 to play in the first half. It has been another night where things have been functioning quite nicely for the home side. Amaya's extra point is up and good, and it's 42-6 Thunder. Half minute to go in the first half. This has been just a solid performance by Charlotte, and Maryland is not, kind of just shuffling around out here. This is a pretty decent football team. They're playing well. They're just, again, running into a better squad.
Yeah, they're playing well. Their game plan is solid. The reality is, and this is what this Charlotte Thunder team does, they overwhelm you at the line of scrimmage. We've seen it with Jamal Tillman running the football behind the offensive line, and we've seen Ty Woodard, I should say, just take shot after shot from this defensive front of the Charlotte Thunder. So that tells you they overwhelm you at the line of scrimmage, and then everything else works off of it, whether it's offensively with Jalen McClendon picking you up, the secondary getting their hands on the football. And then again, there's guys like TJ Warren that just take the football for people.
And then score with it.
Yeah, well.
All in one motion.
Bully ball.
Yeah. Amaya lining up for the kickoff. That is up and good. Amaya's second rouge of the game. He is starting to get back to his normal self. 43-6, Thunder in front. Maryland will get the ball at their own 5, and now the Thunder don't have their full complement of timeouts here, Reg, but again, the defense with only 5 yards to go, they have the opportunity to keep things pretty buttoned up. But Maryland honestly is just one one big play away from getting themselves back into this game, emotionally and mentally. I know they've only got 6 points here with 30 seconds left in the first half, but they have been close on a number of occasions, and that's the thing I think the Thunder should feel good about and be a little bit concerned about.
I agree. I completely agree. This is a football game right now that, if you're the Thunder, and if you're Coach Bryson right now, you're saying we've got to knock these guys out. We've got to go ahead and end this game and make them feel like the second half is irrelevant.
Walker in motion over the middle. That pass is going to be complete to Dwayne Marshall, who gets it out to about the 14-yard line, just shy of the first down. Gain of 9 on that play. So the Warriors, with the clock moving at 18 and counting, now in hurry-up mode. And a nice piece of work from Cameron White to get off the field and make it a legal play. Ty Woodard, though, going to be bottled up and sacked again. Brought down at the 9, and that's going to be the last play of the first half. As Josh Mills, number 82, normally 99, got in for the sack lunch, and that brings the first half to a close. Charlotte Thunder dominant. Maryland not playing poorly, just unable to capitalize on opportunities in front of them. But the Thunder lead 43-6 as we are at the half here inside Bojangles Coliseum. And Reg, before we take a time out here at the intermission, really this is, when we have seen this team before, we've usually talked about, one guy, doing all the work. There's usually been a standout performance from one player or another. But this first half, this has been all hands on deck. Lots of contributions from across the board, offense and defense.
Yeah, but if you had to pick out a player, this is the perfect scenario where I'm picking and the defensive line. Defensively, they have gotten after Ty Woodard time after time, and offensively, look, I don't want to take anything away from what Jamal Tillman has done, but that offensive line has paved the way for him to do the damage he's done to the tune of 3 first-half touchdowns.
And he got a couple extra 2-point conversions
That's
as
right.
well. I mean, this is, again, it's been a solid team effort all the way around. Thunder in front, 43-6 at the half. We'll be back with third quarter action in a bit here. This is Charlotte Thunder football. All right, welcome back inside Bojangles Coliseum. Reg Walker, Mike Solarte here with you. Charlotte Thunder getting ready to kick things off in the third quarter, comfortably in front, 43-6. And Reg, in that first half, we touched on it before, or at the end of the halftime. Let's kind of revisit that. Wasn't a standout one-player performance. This was all hands on deck. A lot of fingerprints on that first half for the Thunder, all positive.
Yeah, the epitome of a well-played team first half, right? And we talked about it late in the half. The epitome of that was that last possession that Maryland had. They had the ball with 1 minute to go. They ran 4 plays. Charlotte's defense got off the field, 35 seconds left on the clock. They're able to punch it in for a touchdown before the half. That's complementary football, and that's what this team has done so well, not only tonight, but throughout the season as well.
Maryland having trouble getting going offensively. The Thunder defense doing a great job getting pressure on Ty Woodard. They've recorded several sacks. I would say it's 3 or 4 at this point. The fumble recovery, the interception as well. This has been a really good defensive performance. And you and I usually like to try to find the fly in the ointment.
Right.
Haven't been many flies tonight.
No, they've been clean, and that's one of the things. As well as they played last game, remember we kept talking about they need to play clean up the penalties, clean up some of the false start type situations, a couple of drop passes last game. All of that has been clean so far tonight. So that's where you look at the performance overall, and you see a football team that's hitting on all cylinders.
Offensively, the Thunder, they've picked up a couple of Neogenics first downs in this ball game, but Jalen McClendon, clean. Jamal Tillman, really clean. He's done a nice job out of the backfield tonight.
Right now, with the amount of time that Jalen McClendon's had in that pocket and the way that Tillman has run the football, there's no way you can't tell me the MVP so far this game isn't the offensive line of the Charlotte Thunder football team. They have been magnificent so far in the first half.
Well, the defensive line might want to have a word with
you. They've
played well.
They have played well.
But that's okay.
But and that's been, and to that point, they have played well, but that's been complimentary because the secondary has been excellent in this game so far also.
All right, let's go back up top, getting ready for third quarter action as the Charlotte Thunder and Maryland Warriors getting ready to start with the Thunder in front 43-6 inside Bojangles Coliseum. Let's go ahead and punch it up top there, Manny. Thank you, buddy. Thunder will receive this third quarter kickoff after they kicked off to start things off in the ball game.
Shout out to Manny, our esteemed producer, director, sound engineer, amongst other things.
When it comes to this broadcast, Manny Mac has what I like to call the roofer's card.
Yeah. And what I love about Manny, he's not the biggest guy, but he's the biggest piece.
Oh, he's huge.
That's what's awesome about Manny.
But he's got the roofer's card because he handles everything under the roof. And so, you talk about the offensive line being the MVP. Our MVP every broadcast is Manny.
Yeah.
So we thank him for what he's done.
I'll give him that. Tonight I'll give him that.
And he's actually blushing, which you never see.
You know he respects what we're saying and appreciates it when he doesn't look at us.
Exactly. So Maryland will kick things off to get things underway here in this second half. Dante Walker, number 4, will handle the kicking detail. Back deep for the Thunder, you've got Scooby Bryant, number 12.
Scooby Snack.
And you got Trey Lancaster, number 6.
Wheels.
Lancaster scoring that last touchdown. I'm sorry, the second to last touchdown in the first half. That 40-yard completion. Nice piece of work between he and Jalen McClendon to get that score on the board. And now a squibbed kick, but it's going to be fielded cleanly by the up man at the 15. And it's going to be pushed out of bounds with Thel Carter, number 92. Boy, he snagged up like a third baseman.
Yeah, he did. That was a nice stop. Two-handed stop on the backhand. And made a nice return of it as well. So Jalen McClendon in this offense going to start in great field position. And something tells me Jamal Tillman's going to touch the ball here.
That's a pretty good guess. But, boy, credit with Thel Carter.
Yeah.
With those hands. Because that was not an end-over-end onside kick kind of thing. That was a heater. And he really made a nice backhand stab at that to corral it. But then had the presence of mind to turn it upfield and actually pick up some yardage.
And Rathel Carter is a guy that was not used basically at all until last game.
Right.
And these last couple of games, he's been involved and shown up and made a play here or there that's really helped this football team as well.
Thunder take over first and goal at the Maryland 7. So I don't think you can start off any better than that in terms of field position, unless you ran a kickoff back for a touchdown. Lancaster will be the man in motion as the Thunder have first and goal. High snap from McClendon, throws the dart into the corner of the end zone. McClendon unable to bring it in. Coach Julian Robinson for Maryland is kind of shaking his head. He can't believe what he's watching. I don't think he liked what he saw out of his defense.
No, because his defensive back in that particular situation, it was Damon Sams, was playing with an outside technique, and he got beat to the outside. That will drive a coach up a wall and back down the other side. If you're playing outside leverage and you get beat outside, that's going to drive him. It's going to bother a coach. If you're playing inside leverage and you get beat inside, that's going to bother your coach.
If you're
and if you're me, it doesn't matter what leverage you play, you're going to get beat, and it's going to drive your coach insane.
The last thing a coach wants to do is study the ceiling sound system in any venue. And Coach Robinson got a good view of that. Second down and goal. Pass over the middle and caught for a touchdown as Jalen McClendon finds a sliding Jermaine Troutman, number 2. Thunder struck again.
As Troutman showing the dance moves. Love that play call there. Troutman just gets up inside, shows outside, gives it a little, what we call that dead leg to the outside, works back inside, sliding catch. Good job by McClendon throwing it low and away so he can go down and get it.
That brings the score to 49-6, Thunder in front. Eric Amaya has got a couple of rouges in this game after starting off a little bit sluggishly by his standards. Extra point attempt on the way. He gets run into. The kick is good, and in comes the flag. And Amaya may have bought that penalty.
Oh, he sold it. He did. He sold it a little bit, and that's okay.
Because as Darian Coulter, number 3, made contact with him coming off the edge, Amaya spun to the turf, and then after he got up, he kind of shucksed it and gave Coulter a pat on the backside. Like say, it's all good, I kind of sold it.
There's a good sales job there.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a joke to be had there, but I'm not going to say
No,
it.
don't go there. 50-6, Thunder in front, 12:06 to play in this third quarter.
I love Eric Amaya.
Oh, absolutely.
That's why.
And the officials are talking about the flag. They may pick this up, Reg.
I think they're trying to discuss. Well, they just put it back down, so I'm not quite sure what the discussion is. Both head coaches are out there.
Coach Robinson seems like he's pleading his case.
But he's also doing it with a smile on his face.
Right, and the referee is like, do we pick it up or not? So now it's picked up. And do we have an announcement?
The kick was good.
Yes. The extra point was
so
good.
So it's not like they're going to take points off the board if you're the Thunder.
See, now, Coach Bryson is working the officials a little bit. And they've called no foul on the play. No, they picked it up. No foul on the play.
They picked it up.
Yeah.
And Coach Bryson, with a 50-6 lead, is still pleading his case.
Well, of course.
That's what coaches do.
Yeah.
They want every inch. And they should, because that's how they coach their players. You play all the way through the full 60 minutes, and you expect the coaches to do the same.
And Eric Amaya, who's lining up to kick this one off, looks no worse for wear. And as we mentioned, he kind of shucksed it.
Yeah.
You know. So Amaya will get a right foot into this one to get us restarted. 50-6. Thunder in front. See the score at the top of your screen. Here comes the boot from Amaya. It is high, end over end, and in for another rouge.
I guess they just made Amaya mad. So not only did he sell it, and we've got extracurricular activities around the 20-yard line. And once again, it's Mr. Duryea involved, number 61 for Maryland.
Looked like he was getting in the face of number 61, Eric Cowan.
Yeah, and then he spiked his own helmet, which I thought was interesting.
Duryea.
Don't mess up your own equipment.
Excuse me. We've been mispronouncing 61's name. It's Matt Duryea, not Durian. Duryea. Excuse us for that. He's got a motor. I mean, the guy's a competitor.
Yes.
And you love to see that. You love to see a guy who, even though his team's down 45 points, he's playing this like it's a scoreless game.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And you want to see that.
He's trying to help his team win a football game.
Absolutely. Duryea. Problem for the Maryland offense is that they're going to start at their own 5-yard line after the Rouge, as we're doing our French pronunciations tonight.
Yes.
Duryea,
Rouge.
Football. And now we have a whistle before the snap as the officials are trying to set the chains on the far side.
Yeah, they're trying to set the chains.
Now the play clock will wind, even though it's showing nothing on the play clock. So here we go. 1st and 10. Artie Holmes sprinting back in coverage. The give is to Cyprian. Cyprian wrapped up by a couple of Thunder defenders and finally hits the turf after a gain of about 4.5. They're going to give him 4. They're going to bring on a 2nd down and 6 for the Maryland Warriors. Not much known about these Maryland Warriors coming into this ball game tonight. They are kind of a wild card. I mean, you see, you've got the center Jacob DePaz wearing a red helmet, so he's also wearing Charlotte Thunder pants. So they're a little short. The gear, maybe an equipment bag didn't make the trip down from Maryland. But I mean, they're still here playing. They're going hard as Ty Woodard, the quarterback, keeps it. Now the ball's on the ground, picked up by Artie Holmes, who's wrapped up, and he pitches it back, and it's loose on the turf. Going to be picked up by the defense there. It is Cam Sullivan, who's still on his feet, finally plastered into the wall by Ty Woodard. But Artie Holmes with the fumble recovery, and then the presence of mind, bottled up, trying to make another play. Cam Sullivan, number 18, almost took it to the house.
TJ Warren started all that. He came on a blitz, quarterback tried to reverse. TJ Warren chases him down from the backside, strips the ball in the process, and all of a sudden there's another turnover caused by TJ Warren. And something tells me that's not the last we're going to hear from TJ Warren tonight. But here's a hint. It might not be because of what he does defensively.
I think I know what you're talking about.
There's 2 potential options here.
Yeah, I know one of them. I know one of them. And if it hits, we'll let you know what the inside joke is.
Yes. You also know the other one.
Yeah.
Because if that hits, we're going to let you know the inside joke on that one, too.
Thunder take over after the turnover. 1st and 10 at the Maryland Warriors 12-yard line. Jalen McClendon out of the shotgun. Daniel Lee will be the man in motion. There's the snap. McClendon pitch to Jamal Tillman, who's got a lot of room up the near sideline. Did he get in? The signal from the players is touchdown. The officials agree. Jamal Tillman, his 4th touchdown of the game. A 12-yard scamper. And the Thunder now up 57-6 with 8.5 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Mike, let me tell you why that play worked. And remember we talked about this in the first half. Remember the bunch formation to the right with the trips, and they ran to it. And I said, on tape, they had run away from the trips most of the time. What do they do here? They come back to the trips. The only thing Maryland had seen was they run to the trips. So now they come back and run away from the trips, easy walk-in touchdown. That's how you break tendencies as a head coach.
And Tillman, you call it an easy walk-in. Tillman had to hit the burners to get down the sideline now. That was not as easy as you're making it sound. He had to move because that wall...
It closes in on you quick.
It does, yeah. The wall in his left and then the defenders coming from his right, that certainly that got tiny in a hurry, and he had to win the sprint to the end zone. Extra point is good, 58-6. Thunder in command here inside Bojangles Coliseum. I'd like to thank Mia Familias, proud sponsor of Charlotte Thunder football, located at 7870 Idlewild Road in Indian Trail. Authentic, hand-tossed, New York-style pizza and Italian cuisine. Go check out Mia Familias today.
Can I go after this? Can I go after the game? Are they still open?
Yeah, sure. All right. If you drive, I'll go with you. No, I got to drive because I don't want to leave my car here.
That's fair. Yeah. See? Well, we might have to pull up. Always like a good meal. And those folks do a great job over there. So.
And while we have a second, we'd also like to thank another one of our great sponsors. Joe Moss Auto. Proudly honoring our local essential workers, Joe Moss Mazda, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Go to joemossauto.com today for more information. We're going to take a quick media timeout here as we've got a stoppage on the field. Thunder in front, 58-6, 7:51 to play in the third quarter. This is Charlotte Thunder football.
There's a storm brewing in Charlotte. The Charlotte Thunder is rolling in for the 2022 season at Bojangles Coliseum. NC's premier arena professional football league is here, and it will rock you. More action, more lights, more touchdowns, and more fun for the whole family. Don't miss the greatest show on turf. Tickets go fast, so get yours today at charlottethunder.com. Charlotte Thunder. Get thunderstruck.
Hey, Carolina, it's Joe Moss from Joe Moss Mazda, and I want to personally thank you for your business.
Our huge once-a-year used vehicle blowout sale is happening now. We have over $100 million to lend in finance plans for everyone. We have quality used vehicles starting as low as $5,000. Take advantage of our once-a-year huge used car blowout sale today. Shop us 24/7 at joemossmazda.com.
Better on service, better on cost. We trust Joe Moss.
Hey, Carol.
Back to live action here inside Bojangles Coliseum, just in time for Eric Amaya to tack on another Rouge kick. Fourth one of the game for Amaya. 59-6, Thunder in control over the Maryland Warriors. So the Warriors will start first and 10 at their own 5. Once again, 4 Rouges. That's 11 Rouges in his last 2 games. 11 Unos. And right now, he is 2 points down to Maryland. It's 6-4 Maryland against Eric Amaya. So can the Warriors get something going here offensively? They have struggled to answer the bell here against this Thunder defense. I mean, they're trying, but this is a Thunder defense that has played outstanding football tonight. First and 10 from the 5. Man in motion is Cameron White. Woodard struggling to handle the snap, finds a little daylight on the left side of the field, but is going to be taken to the wall by Artie Holmes and Josh Mills and a host of others. Montarius Hewley, number 45, in there as well. And they are going to mark Woodard back for a loss. Yeah, TJ Warren as well. Loss of a yard, maybe 2. Yeah, that's going to be a 2-yard loss. So it'll bring him a 2nd and 12 at the 3 for the Warriors.
And this is what the Thunder does to you. This is what their defense does. They get you behind the chains, and when you get behind the chains, they start bringing the heat, and you start rushing, trying to make a play, and you make mistakes, and that's when they create turnovers.
It's Hewley, Kane, and Mills in the defensive front for the Thunder. Woodard throwing it over the middle for White. Artie Holmes nearly jumped the route for the interception. It falls incomplete, so it'll be a 3rd and 12 for the Warriors at their own 3.
I watched Artie Holmes. For some reason, I don't know what it was, but I locked in on him the entire play. And basically, he walked up in press coverage, jammed Williams, which sent Williams to the ground, and the ball nearly, the quarterback, Woodard, basically threw the ball right to Artie Holmes. But Williams got back up just in time to knock that ball away. Or White, I should say. Cameron White.
Okay, we have an official timeout here. The play clock on the scoreboard is not functional.
Yes, and the field judge is keeping it on the field.
Yes, that's the explanation. That there's a little confusion at the scorer's table where the time clock is being kept. The timekeeper sits, and so they're communicating what the difference is, or what the problem is. There's no play clock visible to anybody at this point, but the field judge, who stands at the back of the play, looking at the play as it's coming towards him, is the one keeping the time for the play clock on him. He's keeping that. So
and the officials, right? And the officials are able to communicate So he's able to let the referee know who's standing behind the offense when they get to 10, so they can let the head coach and or the quarterback know, hey, you got 10 seconds to snap the ball.
So 3rd and 12, Woodard, far sideline, behind the receiver, actually threw that into the Thunder bench, incomplete, but a flag is down at the line of scrimmage, and they're going to call that offsides on the defense.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get Kane.
So that's a free 5 yards. That's a breath of fresh air for the Warriors, because not only do they get the 5 yards, but they replay the down.
They replay 3rd down.
Yeah, replay 3rd down. Yeah. And it goes from being a 3rd and 12 to a 3rd and 7 with the 5-yard buffer. And so Ty Woodard, who just got an earful from head coach Julian Robinson a couple of plays ago, now trying to get the Warriors on track. Danny Adamson, number 20, is back in the game in the backfield. Woodard throws it over the middle. That's a problem. Artie Holmes, though, got his hands up, and Cam Sullivan was waiting for that one to come in. And
listen, that's one of those, when you go back and watch film, everybody is going to be frustrated by it, but the coaching staff is going to say, hey, Artie, nice play. You can't assume that anybody's going to be there. You have to make your own play on the ball.
Yeah. In baseball, the outfielder would call you off of that. This isn't baseball.
This isn't baseball.
This isn't baseball. You can't assume that there's a corner that's playing deep.
And even if you hear I got it, that might be the receiver, so you got to be careful.
Yeah, exactly. 4th down and 7 to go. The Warriors trying to get something going here. Woodard, receiver fell down, jump on the ball. Emmanuel Phillips, he caught it. They're going to rule that a catch.
I think they're going to say he was touched down. He landed on the receiver.
Yeah, that's a catch, but
no one is sure that's I thought he landed on the receiver.
Yeah, no one is signaling touchdown yet. The umpire is talking with the referee, and they are pointing back to the point of the catch. So Emmanuel Phillips will get the interception, but they're going to say that there was contact made by Phillips, or between Phillips and the receiver, down by contact.
Yeah, and I think that's the right call. Mike Phillips landed on top of the receiver. The receiver fell down. Phillips made a play on the ball, had to go down over the top of the receiver to make the catch, and landed on the receiver. I think the officials got this one right. It's an interception, no return, down by contact at the spot of the interception.
And so the Thunder offense will take over 1st and 10 at the Maryland 16-yard line. Great effort by Phillips.
Tremendous effort.
I mean, he had to get, but also bad break for Maryland as the receiver, number 1, Dwayne Marshall, fell down.
Yeah.
And so it puts Woodard in a tough spot trying to make a throw to a receiver that just loses his footing. But the Thunder will take over 1st and 10 at the Maryland 16-yard line when we come back after this quick timeout. This is Charlotte Thunder football.
What's up, Carolina? This is TD. I know a lot of you guys have been wondering what I've been doing in retirement. Well, I am the owner of the Charlotte Thunder Professional Arena Football Team. If you guys have not checked out our games, you missed some high-flying, hard-hitting football. Now I want to introduce you guys to the best quarterback in the entire Arena League, West Mac's very own Jalen McClendon. He has been lighting up the scoreboard. We scored over 108 points our last game.
Thanks, TD, for the introduction. One of the premier quarterbacks coming out of Charlotte, and chose to play college ball at NC State University. So now I'm QB1 for your Charlotte Thunder Professional Arena Football Team. Last year I led the team to an undefeated season and 50-plus touchdowns. You don't want to miss this type of action. Go get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com or CharlotteThunder.com.
If you truly love football and you're passionate about it, this is something that you don't want to miss. Make sure you come out, go to CharlotteThunder.com or Ticketmaster.com and purchase your tickets and come see what I've been talking about.
Are you a smart shopper? Well, stick with me and you will be.
Mention WCCB and get 10% off your purchase.
Courtesy lessons, piano, guitar.
Having a membership could save you big.
Get 20% off of your service.
Free museum admission.
20% off.
50% off.
I'm taking you where those deals are. Smart shopper on Rising. Are you a smart shopper?
If you think you have to miss out when the Charlotte Independence is on the road, you don't know Jack. Watch the Jack's away games, plus select women's games on WCCB 18.5 and streaming live on BayHackleSports.com. Your home for the Charlotte Independence. If you
Welcome back inside Bojangles Coliseum. Charlotte Thunder in command, 59-6, 2:54 to play in the third quarter against the Maryland Warriors. Thunder, after the interception by Emmanuel Phillips, take over 1st and 10 at the Warriors' 16-yard line. And we've got to change the quarterback, Reg. Casey Otto for the Thunder. Trey Lancaster in motion. Otto takes the snap out of the gun, throws it across the middle. He's got a man. That's going to be caught by Troutman. Jermaine Troutman, the signal touchdown. In the spinning dance at the goal line, Troutman broke the plane.
No, he pitched it.
Oh, he
to Jamal
pitched it.
Tillman.
I didn't see the pitch.
He pitched it to Jamal Tillman.
I missed the pitch. Because I started looking around for a signal and I missed the pitch.
So Tillman gets the touchdown, but Troutman gets the catch. And when you mentioned Casey Otto in the game, I chuckled, Mike. Here's why. I was in the locker room with the head coach, with the coaching staff, pregame, and Casey Otto walked in there. And I'll just put it this way: someone made the comment, he's moving around like he doesn't have to worry about anything until the second half.
High snap, Otto's got to handle it. Now he's looking to make a play, throws it to the eligible receiver from the line, and that was Darius Robinson.
Big fella had it, just couldn't hold it.
The West Charlotte High School product can't come up with it. So 6 points on the board, 65-6, Thunder in front. So there's a coaching point, because again, it's been hard to find something to really harp on and frown about with the way that the Thunder have played tonight.
Special teams, got to get that cleaned up.
While we have a minute, I'd like to thank one of our great sponsors of Charlotte Thunder football, SoCal Digital. Proud sponsor of the Thunder, SoCal Digital, mapping the future of advertising. So the Thunder in front, 65-6 with 1:38 to play in the third quarter. Thunder have played well. Maryland has played well. The Warriors, however, just unable to capitalize on the rare opportunities that they've had in this game. The Thunder have done a nice job of bottling them up. But the Warriors, when they've had opportunities for big plays, to make a big strike, to score a touch, they just ball off the fingertips, maybe underthrown. It's just been one of those nights, Reg, where the Warriors have brought their game, but it hasn't been all of it. As this attempt was on line for an Uno from Amaya, but it falls under the crossbar, over the boards. That is your garden variety touchback.
Yeah, I was premature in that. I said one more, and
Can't do
I was
that.
inaccurate.
You can't do that. It's like talking about a putt that's going to drop. You say, oh, that's in. And at the last 3 inches, it breaks right, and it falls off, and it doesn't go in.
Mike, you
and
know I don't know nothing about no golf.
I'm just telling you, that's the golf gods.
That's fair.
That's the football gods.
Yeah, well,
what you just did. You can't do that.
That's fair.
90 seconds left in this third quarter. Charlotte Thunder comfortably in front, 65-6. 1st and 10 at their own 20 for the Warriors on this offensive possession.
And TJ Warren is starting to get warmed up.
He's getting heated.
Yeah.
Starting to heat up. Jacob DePaz, the center for the Warriors, with Ty Woodard in the shotgun. 2 receivers split to Woodard's left. To his right is Andre Williams. Woodard looking under pressure. Helmet comes off, and Woodard takes another spill. And now we've got a flag coming in late as the helmet of Darryl Cyprian came off as he was locked up with Montarius Hewley, number 45. Flag came in, and Hewley ended up on the bottom of the pile. I'm going to see how this gets called as the play clock stops with 39.5 seconds left.
And Ty Woodard, I mean, the way Ty Woodard went down, he was ushered quite rudely
by Jeremiah Kane.
Yes, sir.
And the penalty is actually going to be assessed against Maryland.
Yeah, it's going to be. That's actually the right decision by Charlotte. It was a holding call on Maryland. They decline it. They take the sack yardage. So basically they're saying we're going to take, obviously, the plus yardage for us defensively.
And the loss
more
of down.
importantly, we're going to get rid of the down for them.
Exactly. The loss of down is the big part there. Now the bright shoes of Eric Cowan make the field. He's been playing primarily special teams tonight.
He has. I tell you what, he made a play last game. It was a ball going down the sideline, and he, by defensive back standards, he was beat, but he made an athletic play, got back, got a hand up, and knocked that ball away. It was an unbelievable play.
Under 20 seconds to play in the third quarter. Flag comes in on the snap. Woodard going to get dragged down again. This time it's going to be a sack recorded by Ja'Cory Reeves, number 49. But we'll see what the flag is as the clock stops at 14.9 in the third quarter.
And Woodard's body language, he's frustrated. He hasn't had time very often tonight. We talked about it early in the game. They took a couple of deep shots.
I did not see, there was no hand signal as to what the call was. That may be an illegal defense.
I think that's what it was, because the gestures from coaches and the officials tell me it was an illegal defense because they were talking about where somebody was lined up.
And so they're going to walk this ball out to the 17, 18-yard line.
Yeah.
That's a big penalty against the Thunder. It puts Maryland, gives them a little bit of breathing room.
And it takes a sack off the board.
Game clock starts back up when the ball is spotted, and I don't think the Warriors are going to get a playoff, and they will not. As the horn for the third quarter goes, and we are 3 quarters in the books. Or are we? We'll wait and see what the officials say here. That is the end of the third quarter. So, Thunder in front 65-6. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with fourth quarter action inside Bojangles Coliseum. This, as always, Charlotte Thunder football.
Don't stop. Things are popping up. Oh, here we go, baby. Oh.
Medic!
Okay. Okay.
It is National Pancake Day.
No pancakes for me.
No. She has a fear of pancakes.
They're scary.
We're gonna kick it into high gear for the weather, right? There's the wind. Yeah.
Go fly a kite. Go howl at the moon.
Once you pop, the fun don't stop. Things are.
Hey Caroline, it's Joe Moss from Joe Moss Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, and I want to personally thank you for your business.
Our huge once-a-year used vehicle blowout sale is happening now. We have over $100 million to lend and finance plans for everyone. We have quality used vehicles starting as low as $5,000. Take advantage of our once-a-year huge used car blowout sale today. Shop us 24/7 at joemossjeep.com.
Better on service, better on cost. We trust Joe Moss.
There's a storm brewing in Charlotte. The Charlotte Thunder is rolling in for the 2022 season at Bojangles Coliseum. NC's premier arena professional football league is here, and it will rock you. More action, more lights, more touchdowns, and more fun for the whole family. Don't miss the greatest show on turf. Tickets go fast, so get yours today at charlottethunder.com. Charlotte Thunder. Get thunderstruck.
Welcome back inside Bojangles Coliseum. Mike Solarte, Reg Walker with you. Charlotte Thunder having their way tonight, 65-6 as we begin the fourth quarter. As we return to play, we have a second down and 12 for the Maryland Warriors, who have put up a good fight. They haven't had anything to really show for it to this point. I want to thank the folks that have been hanging out with us on the Facebook stream tonight. We will address some of your comments as we continue in this fourth quarter. Swing pass near side, caught by Dwayne Marshall, wrapped up and stopped. Wonderful piece of defense by Josh Dawkins, running up, making the play, putting a stick on the receiver, and stopping him for no gain. Oh, that was Eric Cowan, excuse me, 61. I thought 21.
Yeah, Cowan, that's a great piece of tackling there. To get downhill, square up, run your feet, bring your hands, and drive the man to the ground. If you want a teaching tape on how to tackle, there's your Exhibit A right there.
So the Warriors now with a 3rd down and 12. I have to admit, I got a little spooked when the ball was thrown right at me. That's happened in this booth before, I'm just saying. Cameron White in motion on the 3rd down play, and oh boy, Woodard getting wrapped up as Reuben Walker blew up the line, blew up the pocket, got his arms around Ty Woodard and brought him to the turf for another Charlotte Thunder sack. So now it'll be 4th down. The Warriors have got to get to the Thunder 20 to make a 1st down, so they've got 19 yards to go as the ball is spotted at their own 11-yard line. As this game has gone on, Reg, this defense has admittedly gained more confidence.
Yep.
They've built the game, and they've gotten stronger.
And they've also continued to show depth. We talked about the play Cowan just made. Now you see Artie Holmes back in the mix, making some plays, not on the field right now. Everybody getting on the field and contributing.
Marshall in motion. Woodard on a 4th and 19 down the field, going to be intercepted. Chris Thompson, number 5. He's got some room and he's got some blockers. He's got a convoy. He's got a touchdown.
Wow.
Chris Thompson with the INT. Could not see exactly where he caught that football. There's a flag on the play at the 11-yard line, the line of scrimmage.
On the opposite side of the field, though.
In front of the Maryland bench. So we await the signal. Is this play going to stand?
Coach Evans is not happy. This may not be a touchdown.
Well, the special teams unit for the Thunder is on the field. The ball was, the original line of scrimmage was the 11, and that's where the officials are standing. That touchdown may not count. You might be right, Reg.
It may be a late hit on the quarterback. It's going to be 4th down.
It is a 5-yard penalty assessed against the Thunder. Maybe it was an offsides play.
Must have been an offsides.
That late hit would have been worth 15.
The late hit would have been worth 15 and an automatic 1st down.
Yeah. So a 5-yard penalty against the Thunder. The Chris Thompson interception never happened. Although we saw it, it just doesn't count.
Well, Mike, it's interesting you say that. One of the most famous plays in college football history actually never happened.
It was a 4th down play. It was an offsides call against the Thunder. So the Thunder defense back on the field. Maryland goes from a 4th and 19 to a 4th and 14. And Ty Woodard had a little bit of time, just didn't get the throw in the right area. But then again, one of those opportunities that Maryland has had tonight that just doesn't connect, doesn't click. It'll be Dante Walker in motion. There he goes. 2 receivers split to either side. Woodard under duress, steps up in the pocket, being dragged from behind, and he goes down at the 8-yard line.
This defensive front, they've been dominant up front in this game. It's just been unbelievable.
And so Ty Woodard, he's earned the Purple Heart tonight, the way he's played. He's battled like a warrior. No pun intended there. He's really given it.
Yeah.
He's given his team everything he has. They're just having a hard time protecting him because this defensive front, as mentioned, they're like a hurricane in the Gulf, just gaining strength
just doesn't
over
stop.
the warm water, and they just keep coming.
They're in waves, man. It's unbelievable.
1st and goal for the Thunder. They start this drive at the 8-yard line of the Warriors with 11.5 to go in the ballgame. And Casey Otto under duress and is going to be brought down, flying in there with reckless abandon. Darian Coulter, number 3. And that's really the first time that the defense has ripped something together and gotten after the quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, and Coulter having a lot to say about it. His head coach is telling him, you get back on the other side of the football and line up and make another play. We're getting run out of the stadium right now. The last thing we need to be doing is having a conversation post-play.
So it'll be a loss of 7 yards. So it's a 2nd and 15, 2nd and goal from the 15, as Otto fires it across the middle, almost intercepted. That was off the fingertips of Dante Walker, number 4. Julian Robinson right in front of us.
Exasperated.
Can only shake his head. His guys are in position to make plays. They're just not seeing it through. And Coach Robinson having a word in front of us with Hanif Jones, always coaching, in spite of the score.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you listen to Coach Robinson and some of the things he's been saying, he's coaching his guys really well.
He's teaching.
He's doing an excellent job of teaching.
3rd and goal, Otto, corner of the end zone, caught at the wall, touchdown, Juwan Houston. A 15-yard strike from Casey Otto to Juwan Houston. First time we've called his name tonight. And the Thunder tack on 6 more. Eric Amaya on for the extra point with 9.5 and counting. And this baby is nearly put to bed. Jamal Tillman, the up man, would not expect him to get his hands on this football. Amaya with the kick. It is up and good. Makes it 72-6. Thunder here in the 4th quarter. While we have a moment, Reg, I'd like to thank good folks at Tap and Vine.
Ooh.
Proud sponsor of Thunder football. Eat, drink, gather at 6443 Old Monroe Road at Indian Trail, or you can check out their new location in Stonecrest.
Been there.
Tap and Vine. This is Charlotte Thunder football. Thunder in front, 72-6. Going to take a timeout. Don't go away. More action coming out from inside Bojangles Coliseum.
Carolina, it's Joe Moss from Joe Moss Ford, and I want to personally thank you for your business.
Our huge once-a-year used vehicle blowout sale is happening now. We have over $100 million to lend and finance plans for everyone. We have quality used vehicles starting as low as $5,000. Take advantage of our once-a-year huge used car blowout sale today. Shop us 24/7 at JoeMossFord.com.
Better on service, better on cost. We trust Joe Moss.
When you start your day with Rising, I'll not only give you the forecast, I'll help you find the bright spot. We're talking about all the fun here that you can have. Fun stuff you can do with your family.
I can't wait to check out her show.
The Bright Spot.
We are at Reed Gold Mine Painting for Gold.
Awesome. You got to have a little bit of fun and craziness. And you try not to drop it.
We've got a lot going on here.
Hanging out in the hot tub.
They like me, so that's really nice. The Bright Spot. Every week on Rising. The Bright Spot. The Bright Spot.
What's up, Carolina? This is TD. I know a lot of you guys have been wondering what I've been doing in retirement. Well, I am the owner of the Charlotte Thunder Professional Arena Football Team. If you guys have not checked out our games, you missed some high-flying, hard-hitting football. Now I want to introduce you guys to the best quarterback in the entire Arena League, West Mac's very own Jalen McClendon. He has been lighting up the scoreboard. We scored over 108 points our last game.
Thanks, TD, for the introduction. One of the premier quarterbacks coming out of Charlotte and chose to play college ball at NC State University. So now I'm QB1 for your Charlotte Thunder Professional Arena Football Team. Last year I led the team to an undefeated season and 50-plus touchdowns. You don't want to miss this type of action. Go get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com or CharlotteThunder.com.
If you truly love football and you are passionate about it, this is something that you don't want to miss. Make sure you come out, go to CharlotteThunder.com or Ticketmaster.com and purchase your tickets and come see what I've been talking about.
you have to miss out when the Charlotte Independence is on the road? You don't know Jack. Watch the Jack's away games, plus select women's games on WCCB 18.5 and streaming live on BayHackleSports.com. Your home for the Charlotte Independence.
Welcome back inside Bojangles Coliseum. Charlotte Thunder comfortably in front, 72-6, 9:10 to play in the fourth quarter against the Maryland Warriors. Thunder just scored a touchdown, a 15-yard strike from Casey Otto to Juwan Houston to get our score to where we are now. And in that media timeout, we had a water balloon fight on the field. And
gotta love those.
Kids were throwing water balloons at the Thunder players on the bench.
I'll tell you what, last week, the weather in this city, I wish I was in a water balloon fight last week.
The last thing you want is to get in a water balloon fight on an artificial turf surface.
That's fair.
Kickoff out of bounds, actually for a touchback. It was touched by a Maryland player before it went out of bounds. Does this alter the spot of the football? It most certainly does. They're going to put the ball at the 5-yard line because the Maryland player touched it. They talked about the water balloons.
Mm-hmm.
One of the staff members from the Thunder is taunting us with a water balloon.
Yeah.
She thinks that if she throws the water balloon at me, it's going to break. Lynette, you always got to keep your eyes on Lynette. She's bad news sometimes. She can be trouble. She's walking away now, so I think we're all right. See, it's hijinks. You get a 72-6 game. If we were 72-70, we'd have none of those shenanigans.
No.
Instead, we have Maryland changing quarterbacks now. Andre Williams is back, and now we've got a flag. And the Warriors starting to get frustrated, and it's hard to blame them.
Yeah.
Hard to blame them. They're look, these guys are fighting.
Listen, I hate to say it this way, but I can tell you from experience, when you're getting beat in an athletic competition
like this,
it's
quicksand.
Yes, and everything starts to bother you. You start to look at the clock. Is it over? Everything becomes a factor.
So half the distance to the goal on the penalty. First down, 12.5. And again, Andre Williams now in at quarterback after Ty Woodard fought bravely for most of this game. And that pass is incomplete, as it was intended for Deion McDaniel.
Yes, and with this sport, you got the chain crew, all these people. They're generally behind the offense because that's the safest place to be.
There's no place to be.
There's no place to be. They're backed up on the 2-yard line. You saw the chain crew quickly leap over the boards as action came their direction. One of them in Crocs, no less. So that's an extra bit of athleticism.
That's a whole nother level of athleticism if you can do that in Crocs. Third down, 12.5. Andre Williams out of the gun looking. Now finds a little bit of daylight up the far sideline. Going to get crunched at the 12. But a nice piece of work from Andre Williams, the quarterback. He does not have enough for a first down in spite of his point.
Yeah, and Rathel Carter gave him all of the shoulder pads and the boards.
So a gain of about 10. So now it'll be the third down, I believe. Lost track. Be a third down and 2 from the Maryland 13-yard line. Remember, this drive started at the 5 after the kickoff from Eric Amaya was touched by the deep man in the end zone before going out for a touchback. If he'd let it go, they'd have the ball at the 20. 6.5 to play in the fourth quarter. Andre Williams, number 24, out of the shotgun. Having trouble with the snap. On the ground, is going to be picked up, rolled into the end zone. Are they going to give him the touchdown? They are not. They're going to spot Reuben Walker, number 32, down at the 1 yard line, and a flag comes in. The official is getting an earful from Montarius Hewley. He's trying to sell it for his guy to get the 6. The defenders really want those scores, but again, flag down at the line of scrimmage, actually a yard ahead of the line of scrimmage, and it's an offside call, so the play does not happen, and Maryland's going to get a first down out of this.
Oh, and the Charlotte Thunder coaching staff, they are all beside themselves, if that is humanly possible.
They are beside themselves while standing apart, which is an impressive feat.
That's impressive.
5-yard offside penalty, negates the turnover, puts the ball at the Maryland 18-yard line. We have a stoppage of the clock as the chain crew is getting things set. And so Maryland will start 1st and 10. We'll get the ball now 1st and 10 at their own 18. Thunder defensive penalty bailing them out there. Big time.
That's 2 defensive penalties.
On this possession.
Yes.
Andre Williams out of the shotgun, out of the shadow of his own goalpost, hands it off to Cyprian. Cyprian bottled up, turned around, knocked down. A host of defenders there. Ja'Cory Reeves getting into the action along with Rathel Carter. Eric Cowan got a bite as well. 2nd down and a loss of a yard, so it's 2nd and 11. As the clock continues to wind with 5:20 to go in the ballgame. Y'all were trying to set me up. You were in on it.
Oh, I had no idea.
The shenanigans. Pass down the field from Williams. Over the shoulder catch, but it's made by a Thunder defender. Artie Holmes.
No, it was made by
and Holmes took a big shot on the return. Credit Dwayne Marshall for the tackle.
The pick was Eric Cowan.
Oh, it was Cowan.
He picked it and then he pitched it to Artie Holmes. And then Artie Holmes took a shot.
So the Thunder do get the takeaway.
And forgive us, folks, we're going to call these next 4.5 minutes
under an umbrella
with a couple of eyeballs
off the field,
off to the side.
So the Thunder on the takeaway. We have a flag on the, or do we have a flag? We have a timeout on the field. Maryland has called a timeout. And so why don't we take it with him? Well, actually, hold on a second. The Maryland offense? No, the Thunder offense is on the field. After the turnover, the interception, the return, the big hit on Artie Holmes. Thunder football at their own 12-yard line. We got 4:35 to play in the 4th quarter. So we're not going to take the timeout. We're going to stay right here, Manny. Casey Otto, who came into the ball game in the 3rd quarter, has already thrown a couple of touchdown passes in this game.
It's one of the busier backup quarterbacks we've seen.
Well, does he get credit for the touchdown pass on Tillman's 4th score of the game?
No.
Because it was a catch that was made by Jermaine Troutman, who then pitched it.
Right, it essentially, theoretically, would go in the books as just a touchdown for Tillman, not necessarily a reception
Run or a pass,
a run. Yeah, it's just a touchdown. It's almost viewed as if it's like a fumble recovery in the end zone.
We have a timeout on the field. It was called by Charlotte. 4:33 to play in the football game, and they are up 72-6. Promised that we were going to talk to the some of the comments that we've had on the old Facebook stream tonight. Do appreciate you guys hanging on. some of these guys, Ramon Page trying to urge on the Warriors offense in this one. Warrior fans calling for change of quarterback. They got it. We do appreciate you hanging out with us. Got a good number of folks on the stream tonight on Facebook. As Casey Otto running it towards the near sidelines, and he's going to be knocked down just shy of midfield. They're going to spot the ball at the Maryland 23-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and that's enough for a Charlotte Thunder Neogenics first down. Haven't said that often tonight. The good folks at Neogenics. We got a pad that has fallen off the wall here, so that's going to be a stoppage quickly. The good folks at Neogenics, a big part of the Charlotte Thunder this season, do appreciate their support. So the Thunder with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Otto got some pressure on the edge, but he delivers, and it's going to be intercepted. Nice play there by Dante Walker, number 4. A little bit of stuff after the fact. Dante Walker with the INT of Casey Otto, so Maryland getting a change of possession with 3.5 to go in the ballgame. Anthony Stoltz, number 26, in the thick of things.
Another coaching point for the Charlotte Thunder.
Yeah.
That right now, that's what Coach Irvin Bryson is looking for, is where are my coaching points?
Maryland will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line, 72-6, 3:08 and counting in the 4th quarter. Thunder have been in control of this game throughout, and we've had some clock issues. Play clock issues. Now we have a timeout, Maryland. So the Warriors are going to take a timeout. Why don't we take a quick one with them? With the Thunder in front, 72-6, 2:44 to play.
And it's Joe Moss from Joe Moss Mazda, and I want to personally thank you for your business.
Our huge once-a-year used vehicle blowout sale is happening now. We have over $100 million to lend in finance plans for everyone. We have quality used vehicles starting as low as $5,000. Take advantage of our once-a-year huge used car blowout sale today. Shop us 24/7 at JoeMossMazda.com.
Better on service, better on cost. We trust Joe Moss.
We're back after that quick timeout. Handoff there. Cyprian is wrapped up immediately. Ruben Walker and Rathel Carter blowing up that running play, and the handoff was to Daryl Cyprian. He went backwards. A loss of 5.
Man, this Thunder defense tonight, every single guy is contributing to this excellent performance.
And it's up and down it's the starters, it's the backups. I mean, this is well, with the exception of Walker, it's a backup on now. You got Kane out there again.
And Warren.
Yeah, the starters are back in now up front. That starting front of Ruben Walker, Jeremiah Kane, and Josh Mills. They're back in the game. So they're rotating in fresh bodies, and they just kept Maryland under their thumb throughout much of this ball game tonight. Andre Williams under pressure, rolling to his right, looking for some room, throws it up the field, and it hits off the boards and goes incomplete. But Dion McDaniel, number 22, was behind the defense.
And Rathel Carter blew that up from the beginning. He started to collapse that pocket, and then everybody else got involved. And it's just been like that all night for Maryland. They can't sustain any kind of a pass protection kind of situation.
And it looks like they're going to let this play clock go down to the 1-minute warning. And as they do that, I want to thank the good folks at the Matthews Wine Cellar, located at 131 Matthews Street Station in Matthews. You can find out more about all of their great wine selections by going to MatthewsWineCellar.com. 1 minute to play in the ball game in this fourth quarter. Thunder in front, 72-6. It has been that kind of night for the guys in white. They've not made many mistakes, and when they have made mistakes, they've been minimal. Not anything that would be a game changer. And on the flip side of that, the Warriors, while they have fought bravely, they just have not been able to connect on big plays throughout the game. They hit one early. Swing pass thrown to Cyprian. He cuts it back across the middle. Falls down at the 20. Ball comes loose, and it's going to be recovered by the Thunder. And it looks like that is Reuben Walker, who got on top of it at the 24-yard line. Thunder ball, another takeaway for the Charlotte defense.
He stripped it and then came up with it. Maryland is arguing that Cyprian was down. I don't think it's gonna. I mean,
it's academic at this point. But the ball was coming out at around the 20.
Yeah, that ball was out long before Cyprian was on the ground.
So the Charlotte offense on the field now with 50.5 seconds left on the clock. Casey Otto on the field at quarterback. And he's surrounded by Scooby Bryant, Daniel Lee, Jamal Tillman. Receiver on the far side is Jermaine Troutman. Thunder up 72-6. We're in the final minute of the game. Otto deals over the middle, caught by Lee. He's wrapped up at the 15. They will give him forward progress. Will it be enough for the first down? And it is enough for another Neogenics first down for the Thunder. 41.4 on the clock. Eligible receiver for the Thunder is Deshaun Goings, number 56. Otto looking, lots of time, over the middle. Caught by Troutman, dives in and scores. Jermaine Troutman, a 14-yard touchdown strike, does the Penguin walk, and the Thunder getting ready to walk out of this building with another big win.
It's a great job there by Troutman going over the middle, making a play, and part of that, you mentioned it right before the snap. Deshaun Goings did an excellent job in his pass protection. Want to give a special shout out to his family. His dad, Daniel Lamont Goings, now Dr. Daniel Lamont Goings. That was announced today. I know his dad through some other people I know, so saw that today. I want to give a shout out to him for that.
That's excellent stuff. Jamal Tillman going to take the 2-point conversion across for the score. That gets it to 80-6. Thunder in front with 31.2 seconds to go in the ball game. Yeah, I mean, this has been a thorough example of playing team football for the Thunder tonight. Getting it done offensively, getting it done defensively, doing a great job in keeping Maryland from hitting those big plays that could have brought them back in the game early. Just never happened.
Well, you saw a Maryland team, the first play of the game, they pushed the ball deep. They weren't able to complete it. They did hit one deep eventually in the game. So you knew that they felt like they saw something on tape that made them think they could hit a couple of shots. And then all of a sudden the water got shut off on that.
Yeah.
And this Charlotte Thunder team just took off on both sides of the football. They've been really good on special teams tonight as well. A couple of sloppy penalties, some offsides, but other than that, they've played a really, really good football game.
All right, Dante Walker, Deion McDaniel are back deep for the kick. They've done a lot of watching tonight as Amaya has booted 4 Rouges. He's got 11 in his last 2 games. And with 31.2 on the clock in the ball game, Amaya will not get a Rouge here. This is high over the wall, that is a touchback. And so it'll be Andre Williams at quarterback for what is likely to be the final drive of the football game for the Maryland Warriors.
Yeah, and right now if you're Maryland, for a lot of these guys, they're just ready to get out of here.
Yeah,
I mean,
get a shower, get on the bus, get on home. It has been a tough night for the visiting teams in the last 2 games. As mentioned, back on May the 13th, the Thunder beat the Alabama Empire 108-12. And right now, the Maryland Warriors have just 6 points on the board. You have to go all the way back to the first quarter when Ty Woodard found Cameron White on a 32-yard touchdown play. They went for 2 and didn't get it, and that has been the extent of their offense tonight. They've had some near misses. Oh, the ball's on the turf after the direct snap, and I called Andre Williams at quarterback. We've got a third quarterback on the field for Maryland. It is Sharif Abdul-Awa. I'm sorry, Sharif Abdul-Awa. There's no D in there. Sharif Abdul-Awa. We went over that pronunciation before the game, so I apologize to Sharif for botching it. That's my bad, man. After the fumble, Hawa throwing it downfield. That's going to be picked off. Eric Cohen up the sidelines, cuts it away from the defender of the Maryland player, and he runs it back as the clock hits zeros. Darryl Cyprian tried to bring him down, but the juke move at about the 10, 8-yard line kept him on his feet and in for the score to ice the ball game.
His second interception of the game. What a job by Cal. This is a guy that doesn't play a whole lot. Gets some late time and does an excellent job.
And that's the ball game. They will not run the extra point. The Charlotte Thunder take care of business comfortably. 86-6 over the Maryland Warriors as the handshakes happen on the field. Head coach Irvin Bryson will be joining us here momentarily, and we'll talk to him about this one. But boy, a complete team effort, Reg, as this Thunder team got after Maryland after it was tied at 6 in the first quarter, and they just proceeded to put up 80 unanswered points.
They did whatever they wanted. They absolutely were dominant at the line of scrimmage, and that's what was the key for the entire football game.
Head coach Irvin Bryson walking over right now to talk to us. And coach, congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks.
This was a game that you really, yeah, he's got it. This was a game that you really got after him early. All right, so we'll go this route.
Okay, yeah, that's better.
All right, give me that back.
Okay. All right.
And I'll stand over this way so they can see your face.
All right, good.
This was thorough. This was dominant. This was a complete team effort tonight. I mean, start to finish, you guys scored 80 unanswered points after it was 6-6.
Right.
Where did it come from tonight?
Hey, the thing is, what we try to do all weekend practice, especially being off for 3 weeks, Mike, it's tough to keep that same energy knowing that who you're going to be playing. So the thing is, we just challenged each other. We put numbers out there on the table that we wanted to accomplish, and I think the guys did a good job of trying to get those numbers. It was more about us trying to get our goal versus who we were playing.
The fact that the defensive line, the offensive line did the job tonight the way that they did, that's got to make you really pleased that they were protecting the quarterback at one end and getting after the quarterback at the other.
And that's the thing, Mike. We got to be able to dominate the offensive line of scrimmage. We got to be able to dominate the defensive line of scrimmage. And it's very important. In the past, when we've been very successful, especially getting all them picks, come from getting that pressure. I think some of the guys that we brought in this week are going to help us moving forward on the defensive line. I mean, again, our offensive line, we did ourselves. We could have ran the ball pretty much every down. But I had to make sure I have a balance of satisfying receivers versus running back.
Yeah, Jamal Tillman had the big night. He had 4 touchdowns in this ball game on his own. He scored another one off the lateral, so he ends up with 5 in the ball game. But the takeaways, the defense causing the turnovers tonight, getting after the quarterback, TJ with the strip of the return. I mean, overall, that defensive performance, and you talk, those are the starters, and you talk about those backups that you brought in, guys like Cowan coming off and playing so well in the second half. Overall, this was across the board. Everybody's got a fingerprint on this one.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what we want. We want a team victory. It's not about one individual, us missing some ball players, and other ball players stepping in. I mean, we just played a great game. I thought special teams, offense, defense, what a great game. That defense was just all over the place.
Let's quickly, this is the start of a very busy stretch for you guys. You got 3 games in 13 days. The next one coming up on the 12th against the Carolina Predators. what's the key for you guys now? Because you're going to be playing a lot of football in a compressed window.
Right. So the main thing is we got to get everybody healthy. We're going to get in the meeting back here and find out, who's nipped, who's injured, who's healthy, who's not. And what we're going to do this week coming up, we're going to do a lot of different things off the field to make sure that we get healthy. Make sure we're doing some things that'll get the guys some extra stretching versus going 100 miles an hour in practice. So we're going to slow things down and make sure that we get everybody healthy so we'll know we have enough ball players ready to play. And coming up real soon.
Yeah, I mean, you got without Carlo tonight.
Yes.
I mean, it's a good thing that you didn't really need a Carlo Thomas tonight.
Right,
You didn't really need a Daniel Bender tonight.
Right.
Marley Conley.
Right.
Those guys not being here. It's good to not have that problem, but you're going to want them as you get closer to the end of the season.
And so that's what we're hoping. We're buying them some time till we get them boys back out here.
All right, well, Coach, go celebrate with your team. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks
I'll
a
let
lot.
you take you off the headset. And that's head coach Irvin Bryson stopping by to talk to us post-game here inside Bojangles Coliseum as the Charlotte Thunder pick up an 86-6 victory. And, Reg, as we wrap things up tonight, the Thunder get things done, complete team effort, all across the board, offense, defense. Special teams probably the weakest link tonight, but Eric Amaya will fall on that sword for sure. But overall, this is the kind of football you want to be playing, especially as we just touched on with Coach Bryson. They got 3 games in 13 days, the next one coming up on June the 12th.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Mike, and that's what we talked about at the Open, right? How sharp will they be to start this game after all that time off? They'd seen this kind of situation before, and they responded well last time. They responded well again tonight. Offense, defense, you mentioned it, special teams, were all really, really solid. But to me, it was at the line of scrimmage. Offensive line, defensive line, those 2 units were exceptional comparative to everybody else tonight.
Thunder get it done at the point of attack tonight. Offense, defense, you name it, they got it done. And now they look ahead to June the 12th when they take on the Carolina Predators here inside Bojangles Coliseum. For Reg Walker, I'm Mike Solarte. Thanks so much for joining us tonight here on the stream. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. If you're a Thunder fan, we know you enjoyed the outcome. 86-6, Thunder over the Warriors. For all of us here at the Charlotte Thunder, have a good night.
There's a storm brewing in Charlotte. The Charlotte Thunder is rolling in for the 2022 season at Bojangles Coliseum. NC's premier arena professional football league is here, and it will rock you. More action, more lights, more touchdowns, and more fun for the whole family. Don't miss the greatest show on turf. Tickets go fast, so get yours today at charlottethunder.com. Charlotte Thunder. Get thunderstruck. There's a storm brewing in Charlotte.